Alrighty guys, good afternoon everybody, and welcome to another live stream here for today. We got some live coverage out there as we are monitoring the severe weather. We got ourselves a pretty big risk out there for today. We got ourselves an enhanced risk, a severe threat level 3 out of 5. So we got ourselves a pretty big day ahead of us, my friends. Anyways, what's up everybody? Hope you guys are doing good. Let's go ahead and see who is here for today. We got Weather Now, we have Judy, we have Controller, Moo. Let's see here. We have Liam. Let's see. We have TRG, PayPal Me. We have Teresa. We have Proxy with a $45 donation right off the bat. Holy cow. What's up, Proxy? Thank you so much, Prox. Really appreciated. Saying hi in W6 fam. Eager to see what's happening this evening's weather. Thanks to Andrew's excellent tracking. Everyone in the affected areas stay safe. Also, Montreux. Proxy, thank you so much. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. You absolutely rock. We love you, Proxy. Thank you. Absolutely so much. So, anyways, guys, so in the current time being, we are currently actually seeing a pretty gnarly, or pretty interesting severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for areas here out in northwestern Louisiana and basically, northeastern Texas. This is impacting areas of Shreveport. So my friends out there in Shreveport, obviously heads up to you guys as we are watching we actually are currently watching a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. So we're going to need to really be looking out for all that. Let's see, Liam, member for 5 months, Category 1 Club. Thank you so much, Liam. Greatly appreciated. Saying hello, Andrew. Can't believe 5 months. I can't either. I'm glad to have you here, man. Thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciated. Like I said, you guys absolutely rock. But like I said, obviously for today's severe weather, you guys, once again, we are talking a pretty big enhanced risk. Today's main concern is across northeastern Texas, northwestern Louisiana, and extreme southwestern portions here of Arkansas. I'm going to go ahead and switch you guys over here to the Storm Prediction Center. So here's today's risk. Obviously, we got a pretty big enhanced risk. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a bit so you guys can maybe see this a little bit more close or up here. So let's see here if I can do this without cropping it off too much. Here we go. All right, so yeah, pretty big enhanced risk out there. Once again, northeastern Texas. This does include areas like Dallas, the Fort Worth region. Once again, Waco, Gun Barrel City. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and hop you guys over here to the the current view. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and hop over here to the satellite. So here's southern Texas. Now we have this kind of big cluster of thunderstorms that's been popping off, for a couple of hours now. But if you look really closely here in northeastern Texas, so there's like Texarkana right here. If you look real closely in northeastern Texas, you're gonna notice a little dot that is gonna start popping up right there. So that is a good possibility that we are starting to get some discrete storms starting to kind of initiate over here down pretty much southeast of Dallas. So we're going to need to be looking out for this. Now, when taking a look here at the radar as well, you can actually see how we are starting to get a storm that's starting to pop up here towards Gun Barrel City. It looks like this storm is relatively, you can see that little outflow boundary here. Yep, starting to fire off some storms. Looks like we are starting to get at that activity starting to commence here. But these storms look like they're moving relatively eastbound. It looks like they're going to be heading over Athens, I'd say within the next, 15, 20, 25 minutes or so. So if you're in Athens, Texas, obviously watch out for this here. But we are starting to see, some of these storms here that's starting to pop up. And like I said, it would not take too long for the potential of those to actually go severe. Because like I said, the storms right now today are in the environment where all hazards are possible. Actually, for today's risk, comparing to yesterday when we were live here doing a little bit of pre-coverage here, talking about, the event in the, basically the event before it happened. The Storm Prediction Center only had a 2% tornado threat. Now, for today, they actually upgraded that to a 5% chance. So now for today, there's a higher tornado probability than there was yesterday. So obviously, we're going to need to watch out now for a little bit more in terms of the tornado fields. So Dallas, Garland, Texas, areas of Waco and Tyler, Texas, you guys are inside that 5% chance. You guys have the greatest threat here for a few tornadoes today. Damaging winds, they now have it significant. So areas here towards, College Station, we're talking Bryan, Texas, Huntsville, Texas, those regions out there. Like I said, we are essentially seeing ourselves a significant risk out there for the possibility there of, some damaging winds, potentially up to 70 mile per hour or more in some cases could be possible. So obviously big damaging wind gusts will be possible out there towards College Station, Bryan, once again, Huntsville, Texas, Lufkin being possible. In terms of hail, we still got that significant threat, talking about the good potential that some of those hailstones could be up and over golf ball size. We are literally talking 2 inches in diameter or larger. Looks to be possible. Let's go and see here. So, Judy, with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Judy. Greatly appreciated. Saying can't bear to let Proxy have all the fun. Well, Judy, thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciated. You guys absolutely rock. We love you all. Judy, thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciated. Also, Proxy, once again, thank you so much. Thank you guys absolutely so much. Greatly appreciated. It really helps out the channel. Thank you guys absolutely so much. Now, anyways, but back over here towards Dallas, the more I look at it, it actually looks like we are starting to get a little bit of storm activity that might be starting to kick off here towards, south, kind of the south-central-most portion between Dallas and Fort Worth. As you can actually look closely, like I said, we do have this outflow boundary. You can obviously see this, this gust front here that's going over portions of, once again, Fort Worth and Dallas. Once again, Judy, thank you so much for that. Really appreciated. But like I said, this outflow boundary looks like it is actually starting to fire off some thunderstorm activity here, kind of northeast of Mansfield, from what it looks like, kind of towards Lakes Park West. It looks like you guys are starting to get maybe a little bit of storm activity. So, between that and the storm that's been popping up here recently, in recent times across Gun Barrel City, it looks like we are starting to get that initiation of those storms that is starting to begin, in which, it's around that time. So, like I said, right now, these storms out here towards the Dallas region, obviously when we're just talking about here south of Arlington, Texas here, like I said, right now it's nothing too crazy, but like I said, we're going to have to continue watching this. I mean, who knows? Maybe in the next 10, 20 minutes, this thing could eventually potentially go severe. Not saying it will, but like I said, obviously we are in the environment to where that does seem to be a possibility. Now, I'm going to go ahead and switch you guys over here back to the models, or actually to the models for a second, to take a look at the models in regarding to the timing out of this event here. So, obviously we had this big line of storms that kicked its way up across northeastern Texas. Once again, right now, this is kind of cranking out there towards Shreveport, portions of northwestern Louisiana. And as we track our way down here in time, as you can kind of see, around 4 o'clock Eastern time, which now it's 3 o'clock Eastern time, it shows a bit of that thunderstorm activity popping off. Now, it looks like that the storms have actually decided to fire off a little bit early. And like I said, right now they're just starting to fire off here. It's not even 4 o'clock yet. We're still, roughly an hour away from that. But we are starting to see a bit of that, activity that is starting to pop off. So that could be a good sign that, the storms might be getting an early kick, might be a little bit more prolonged, maybe an hour longer or so. Could be possible. So we're going to need to watch out for that in terms of things. But definitely does look like that cap is broken. Definitely does look like these storms are now starting to form, in which, obviously we do need to be looking really close into these guys. I mean, like I said, this storm out here towards Gun Barrel City, I mean, this thing is literally blown up in the last few frames. I mean, started showing us some signatures here a couple minutes ago. You can, like I said, you can kind of start to see, the first frame here. This was right around 2:44, so this was about 25 minutes ago or so. Starting to pop up there, and obviously here now it actually looks like it's developing into a pretty, it's getting mature essentially. It's turning into more of a mature thunderstorm, but obviously, like I said, it still has a little bit of ways to go before it does reach that severe criteria. But I'll tell you what, it is definitely doing so very quickly. It does appear to be strengthening quite quick. Anyways, but little update here on that storm out here towards, basically, south, kind of the south central portion between Fort Worth and Dallas, which is kind of around like Arlington, Texas. It does look like that storm that we are starting to see pop up might be not making it, according to the latest frame here from the radar. If you look closely, you can actually see how that started to pop up here towards Watsonville. The next frame, obviously, it started to really kick off towards like Lake Parks West, Lynn Creek Hills, and in the latest frame, you can kind of see that precipitation dying out a bit. So that might be just a quick little pop of a thunderstorm or a little shower, essentially. So that could just essentially die out. It's a possibility, unless it can recatch itself. I really don't see much of anything crazy happening with this one in particular storm. And honestly, probably the cap is still in effect across these regions. That might be limiting that thunderstorm activity as of right now. But we'll continue watching it. We'll definitely keep an eye out there for the Dallas region. Because like I said, my friends out here in Dallas, you guys out there, we got a pretty big risk out there for today in terms of the convective outlook. Once again, we have an enhanced risk, which is across this area in orange, this big orange circle here. That is the biggest risk here for today. Once again, northeast Texas, northwestern Louisiana, and southwestern Arkansas is included. So like I said, Texarkana. We have Shreveport, Louisiana, actually currently under a severe thunderstorm warning for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being a possibility. So we're going to need to be watching out for this here. Let's see. What's up, Andrew? How's your day going? Going pretty good. Let's see. It has not rained here in Louisville, Texas at all. Gotcha. Well, obviously, keep an eye on it. As it's going to be possible. We're going to need to watch out for this. Like I said, the main storm activities, was not expected to happen until about an hour from now. But like I said, here in the current frames, especially out there towards like Gun Barrel City and all, it looks like we're starting to get that activity that might be starting to pop up here. So I'd say, if you live out there towards Gun Barrel City, first of all, watch the storm, but just really towards the Dallas area, it looks like those storms are going to be popping up here relatively soon. They could start doing it now from what it looks like. So we'll continue to watch that. Let's see here. Tabletop, thank you so much, dude, with the $2 super chat saying, what's the kind of severe in Wilmington, North Carolina on Monday? So when it comes to Monday, as we were actually talking about here, we do have a marginal risk out there for portions of the southeastern United States. We do have the severe weather risk continuing into portions of the south. Actually, pretty large marginal risk out there. You are included out there towards, Wilmington, North Carolina. So heads up to you on Monday. Possibility there. Like I said, mostly just damaging winds and some hail could be possible, according to the Storm Prediction Center. Now, tomorrow, you guys, we're going to have to be live again for the severe weather as, areas towards, Tennessee, northern Alabama, northern Mississippi here, Arkansas, Missouri, those areas is kind of the target zones tomorrow. So we're going to be watching out for that here. And obviously today's threat, we have the biggest threat with the enhanced risk out there. Once again, we actually have a really large marginal risk across like Kansas too. So it's going to be possible we could see some, severe thunderstorm activity out here in these regions as well. Tornado probability, once again, has indeed upgraded since yesterday. So we're going to need to continue watching that. Damaging winds still 30%, but they did include that significant risk there, talking a big potential of now really strong damaging wind gusts, potentially up to 70 mile per hour or higher in some instances. And obviously in terms of hail, we still got that 30% significant risk out there, talking a good potential that we could be seeing some of those large hailstones potentially up to, 2 inches in diameter or larger. So we're going to need to be looking out for all that. But anyways, once again, Tabletop, thank you so much, dude, for the donation. Greatly appreciate it. Am I doing zip codes today? Probably not. If I do, it'll be rare that I do get to some of them. It'll probably one every once in a while. Because, like I said, obviously we're going to have to be scanning across a lot of the South today. Even the Central Plains, really, as you guys do have that, severe weather threat out there. So we're not going to really have enough time to, basically go between everybody's zip codes right today. So, but I might try to get to a few of them if I can get around to it. So, like I said, just letting you all know that. TRG says 95% watch likely. Did they just issue a mesoscale discussion? They must have, huh? Yeah, they must have seen. There you go. They must have seen that storm activity starting to pop up here. So, I'm going to go ahead and switch you all over here to the SPC. Thanks for letting me know about that there, TRG. Anyways, but yeah, mesoscale discussion 964. So this blue circle is highlighting northeast Texas. Severe storms are likely to develop between 20 and 22Z, which right now it is 19Z. So within the next hour, probability of watch issuance, 95%. So in this case, they would probably roll with the tornado watch, I would assume. I've always noticed how if you have days usually 5% or higher, then they usually issue a tornado watch, if that's the tornado probability. But like I said, I would assume it would probably be a tornado watch, obviously, with the factors of large hail and damaging winds included. So we'll need to be keeping an eye out there for that. But yeah, absolutely. We'll continue to watch it. Let's see here. Hello all from Southeast Kansas. Hope everyone is doing well. We're glad to have you here. Hope you're doing good. Let's see. Jackson National Weather Service is a good service, so they could ever say EF5. What? Let's see here. Justin says, is the outflow boundary just south of downtown Dallas? Yes. You can actually see right there's the outflow boundary if you look closely. Like I said, it looks like that storm might be trying to kick its way up again. It's definitely trying to. Look at that. So it kind of like, got kind of like faded out there. Precipitation kind of died away. But then in the latest frame, it looks like it might be trying to kick back up again. So we'll need to watch out for that. But yeah, no, this line you see here, that is the outflow boundary, also known as the gust front. And here's Dallas. And this thing's tracking its way to the south. Like I said, if I play this in motion, you can actually see how it crossed over Dallas. It's now heading southbound. Actually, now starting to head into areas of Fort Worth, it looks like. Yep, that outflow boundary. It's really hard to see, but you can actually make it out right there, heading over Fort Worth right now. Like I said, if you don't know what these things are, like I said, they're called gust fronts or outflow boundaries. Essentially what they are is they're miniature cold fronts. They act like mini cold fronts. Basically, they're formed from thunderstorms usually, from the cold air that's up inside the top of the thunderstorm that comes down and sinks to the ground and pushes out. So overall, that is that. TRG says severe thunderstorm watch. Oh, okay, cool. Gotcha. So, but like I said, essentially that is, what we are talking about out there. So like I said, heads up to you guys out there towards Fort Worth, Dallas area. Because like I said, we are starting to get an increased amount of those gust fronts, which could easily potentially spark off some more severe weather out there. Let's see here. Ice Cream says, will there be an outbreak in Alabama with tornadoes tomorrow? I would not necessarily say outbreak for tomorrow, considering it's right now a slight risk. But I will tell you, you should keep an eye out there, especially if you live in like portions of essentially northern Alabama. Also like northwestern areas of Alabama. Actually, I want to go ahead and show you guys something. I just realized this. I didn't even know about this. But here we have, obviously Monday here. We move into Tuesday. Apparently we have another risk. TRG, did you see this? Here for, let's see, this is on Tuesday. Northeast Texas, kind of covering some of these same areas here for today. So next Tuesday, you guys, looks like another round of severe weather is likely. Southeast Oklahoma, southwest Arkansas, northwestern Louisiana. Looks kind of similar to today's risk in some areas. So, yeah, we'll need to watch out for that, essentially. Let's see. I got some nasty weather heading my way in Arkansas. Well, stay safe out there, my friend. Let's see here. Tornado threat is Maximus on the boundary, correct. Listen to tornado threat just a bit in downtown Dallas. Let's see here. So the tornado threat is maximized on the boundary. So basically right there, I guess you're talking about, are you talking about the gust fronts? Because if that's the case, then no. In terms of, once the initial storms do fire off here later on, those storms, that around the time of max initiation, that'll be around the highest tornado probability, which that will be around, actually carrying on from this afternoon into the evening hours. Like I said, we take a look here back over at the models, and whenever it comes to it, like I said, it looks like, a lot of that activity starts to kind of roll out of Dallas area, kind of around like maybe 8, 9 o'clock or so. So it could be quite late before those storms decide to kind of roll out. But it looks like we're going to see multiple thunderstorms heading out there towards, the Dallas region, from later on this afternoon. Later on this afternoon into the evening hours. So we'll need to continue watching that. Anyways, a little update here. Let's go and take a look here back towards Gun Barrel City. We still had that one storm that's been popping up. Looks like it's now split up into 2 storms out here. Whenever it comes to it here, look at this. Got a storm actually heading there towards Athens over Trinidad right now in Texas. Let's see here, towards, see Samara as well. So heads up to you guys. Yeah, watch out for these guys. You know, one here also right over Gun Barrel City right now. Got actually a bit of lightning reports starting to come through too. A little bit of lightning detection starting to pop up here. As you can actually see, they're towards 7 points, Gun Barrel City region. So heads up to you guys. Yeah, watch out for that. Now, not currently severe warned. Obviously, there's nothing destructive on it. But I do tell you what, you know, these storms could easily go severe today. In which we should be watching out for. Now, here we go. So we're going to take a look here back at this radar view for a moment. So this is that storm that's in northwestern Louisiana and east central Texas. Look at that outflow boundary on that thing. I mean, seriously, look at that long noodle, essentially. So got a pretty gnarly looking outflow boundary there. Now, like I said, areas here towards Shreveport, you guys are now no longer in the warning, but you are still getting some pretty moderate to heavy rainfall out of this. Another concern today, guys, will be the threat for flash flooding. So heads up to you guys living out there as well. But anyways, there is still a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here south of Shreveport towards like Forbing. Let's see, Keithville, Stonewall, areas here towards, you know, obviously east central Texas, Gary City. Let's see, Carthage as well. I mean, earlier here in Shreveport, actually, I did see that we did have a wind gust of over like 40 miles per hour earlier. You know, just before I went live here. But in terms of this storm here, we are looking at 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail being a possibility. So heads up to you guys out there. Yeah, out of the storm here, actually, when it was in east-central Texas, kind of towards like Longview, Texas, we did have two reports come through towards, let's see, Tatum. I think that's how you say that here, towards Durgin. This was reports of trees down, multiple reports of trees down south of Easton, Texas. So we're actually getting reports that, you know, these storms are actually producing, you know, some damaging winds that is capable of knocking down some trees. So, like I said, you got to watch out for it. But anyways, little update here on the storm here in South Dallas and Fort Worth. That little outflow boundary, like I said, and like I said, that outflow boundary we were watching did spark off a thunderstorm out here. Currently heading out there towards like Duncanville. Like I said, out there towards Duncanville, Cedar Hill region. So we are watching out for that. It does look like in the latest scans that the reflectivity, the precipitation intensity is increasing. As you can actually see towards Lakewood right now. Let's see, Westchester Valley. It's definitely looking like that is you know, starting to increase in rainfall rates. So that could obviously, you know, be a good sign that the storm is obviously strengthening. And which, like I said, once again, we got to watch these these little gust fronts out here. Like I said, they act like miniature cold fronts in which, you know, they can themselves spark off some thunderstorms, which is really interesting. You can actually see, if you look real closely, how all of this air is moving northeast and heading right in, getting sucked into the gust front, in which that's all that warm moisture that's just being pulled into that little line. Which obviously, in that case, that warm air is going well up into the sky here and cooling down in amid the upper levels of the atmosphere, in which that's what's creating that thunderstorm activity that's kicking off there. But anyways, let's see. It shows tomorrow, Florence, Alabama, we're getting wind and hail since we're in the slight zone. Yeah. Watch out for tomorrow as well. Like I said, obviously tomorrow's threat seems to be more of a hail and damaging wind threat. And like I said, you know, for today, the main concern is hail and damaging winds. But in terms of it, like I said, obviously, you know, from what we're looking at, hold on a minute, I was actually looking at something on Twitter here. But like I said, you know, in terms of today, they did increase that tornado probability there to a 5% chance. Although, you know, still the main threat does consist of large hail up to 2 inches in diameter or larger and damaging wind gusts, potentially up to 70 mile per hour or more in some cases could be possible. Anyways, but that is essentially what we are looking at here. Let's see here. Storms will start to fire any minute now across Dallas Fort. The area is outflow boundary starting to slowly become stationary. As areas for storms fire mainly between the black, pink, and brown. Outflow boundary brown. Dryland blue is the cold front. Gotcha. Yeah, TRG sent me something here a few minutes ago, which I'm going to go ahead and show you guys real quickly. Yeah, but I mean, this is essentially what we were just monitoring over Dallas. You know, just talking about that outflow boundary or that gust front. Same thing, essentially, just different names for them. But yeah, no, we're starting to get that activity that's starting to really commence over towards like Fort Worth and Dallas. You know, like I said, over the next several hours, I'd say if you guys are out there in Dallas area, you know, expected that thunderstorm activity to start kicking off. It even looks like another little pop-up. Look at that. Another little pop-up storm. Look, a little train of storms starting to fire off here. So obviously we still have that one big plume out there towards Duncanville, heading out there towards Duncanville here in South Dallas. But we have now a new little plume popping off here towards, let's see, Artist Glen. Let's see, Berkeley Square. You know, Deer Cove region. Could be another storm starting to fire off here. So we'll need to be looking closely. I mean, like I said, you know, really over the last, really the last 30 minutes. You know, we've been live here for almost 30 minutes now. And really over the last 30 minutes, you know, we've been actually seeing, you know, a lot of growth starting to occur. I mean, once again, for example, Gun Barrel City. This is a relatively new storm, you know, not too old. I mean, you can see really starting to kind of pop off. It even looks like maybe another storm heading out there towards Eureka. Look at that, starting to fire off. So we'll need to watch this closely. It definitely looks like that that cap is breaking in terms of allowing for the convection to begin. What I mean by convection is, you know, the cycle of thunderstorm activity to begin, essentially. But it definitely does look like it. Now, I'll tell you what. We're going to go ahead and switch you guys over here to the meso analysis for 1 second because I want to go ahead and show you guys kind of the ingredients we're looking at here. So in terms of thunderstorm juice, we are seeing, you know, these values here well into the 3,000 to 4,000 range. For example, you only need about 500 in some cases for potential severe weather to kick off. And we're seeing tons and tons of energy out there. In some areas, over 3,000 to 4,000 joules per kilogram is what we call it. That is a lot of energy. That is a lot of thunderstorm energy. So that's obviously good, you know, for the potential there for severe weather, in which it does look like that cap is starting to break across the areas here of, you know, the Dallas region. So we'll need to watch this really closely in the Fort Worth region over the next several hours. Anyways, but I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and switch you guys back over here to the satellite view for 1 second because, like I said, we're starting to get that little plume starting to pop up there. That's the one storm out there towards Gun Barrel City, I believe. You know what? I think that's the one actually in Dallas. I'm pretty sure that little plume right there is the one in Dallas. Because I think this is the one towards Gun Barrel City right there that's starting to fire off. So pretty sure that little plume you're seeing right there, that's the infrared view on the storms out here in, or the water vapor view, I should say, in the storms out there towards portions of, you know, the Dallas region. So it does look like that is starting to kind of kick off there. So we'll need to continue watching that. Actually, I do want to switch you guys back to a different satellite view. I want to go ahead and show you guys the visible spectrum in terms of what it looks like currently if you were in space right now, which I'm going to go ahead and switch you over here to that here right now. So when taking a look here at the satellite view, you can actually see here, I'm actually going to bring up this pen here so I can actually draw my screen, but you can actually see a bunch of these little thunderstorms starting to pop up here. You know, this is a storm out there towards Gun Barrel City right here. This is the one towards Gun Barrel City. This is the one out there towards Dallas starting to pop up here. So obviously you can see that growth starting to occur and increased in, you know, cumulus clouds out there to the south, heading out there towards areas like Austin, relatively east of Austin for the most part, kind of towards like Jacksonville, Texas. We're starting to get a bunch of that, you know, cumulus starting to occur. So showing some signs, of more instability. That's starting to, you know, starting to really react with the atmosphere now. So obviously we're going to need to keep on watching that for the next little bit. Let's see here. TRG says, sent you another thing on Twitter. All right, let's see here what we got going on. Let's see. Mark that the first for me. I don't think I've ever seen Alpha Boundary that from satellite. Oh, yeah. No, you see them all the time from satellite. Yeah, I mean, if they're strong enough, you can actually see them from satellite. Absolutely. You know, sometimes, you know, these outflow boundaries do kick up some, you know, lower level clouds, which is, you know, sometimes easily detectable on the satellite view. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Absolutely. All right, so yeah, no, in terms of what's going on here in Dallas, you guys, once again, we're seeing actually now split up into two different cells. We have the one over Duncanville right now, the other one over Lynn Creek Hills. Once again, this is basically south of, you know, basically southern portions here of Dallas and Fort Worth. You know, once again, kind of right in the southern portion in between both of them. You know, once again, kind of towards Duncanville. If you all live out there towards Dallas, you probably know where Duncanville is. But that is currently where one of the storms is located. And west of Duncanville, I'd say probably 10 miles or so. Let's see here. Look at that. About 10 miles or so. About 10 miles west of Duncanville is where this other one's at. Once again, towards Lake Parks West. So we'll need to be watching out for that one too. I mean, like I said, in terms of what's been happening out there towards Gun Barrel City, I mean, it does not take that long for these storms to start maturing. So in terms of it, I mean, like I said, these storms are popping off here pretty quick, essentially. I'm going to go ahead and hop you guys back over here to the one radar view because, like I said, right now, you guys, we are watching this one severe thunderstorm warning out here in northwestern Louisiana, south of Shreveport now, towards Mansfield, towards Kingston, let's see, Caspina, I think that's how you say that. Let's see, towards Shelbyville. You guys right now are currently getting hit. Now, obviously, you can see this really long rope of a gust front or an outflow boundary here. Definitely is pretty gnarly looking gust front out there. But heading over there towards like Hall Summit right now. So heads up to you guys. I mean, obviously, if you're in line of that gust front, you're gonna notice when it passes because, like I said, hence their name gust fronts or outflow boundaries. It's gonna get pretty gusty. The winds could be gusting, I'd say over 20 miles per hour potentially. So watch out for that. Some of the storm's damaging winds can actually be located, inside of the gust front there. But anyways, it looks like we are starting to see a bit of, potential hail out there towards like Grand Cane here. And basically, once again, extreme kind of west central, northwestern Louisiana here. But a lot of that purple that you're starting to see pop up there, it looks like, once again, west of Grand Cane, it does appear that might be some hail that might be starting to fall or potentially could be falling towards those regions there. So we'll need to continue to keep an eye out there for that. We're going to hop over here to the Fort Worth radar here. Directly south of Fort Worth is where the radar is located. And in terms of things right now, there you go. There's those two cells we were just watching. Kind of a bit of a face here. As you can kind of tell, got the outflow boundary down to the south, and you got these two storms that's popping off. Then obviously we have that Gun Barrel City storm that's popping off right now. But yeah, definitely is really cranking. So once again, Gun Barrel City right now, Mabank. We have Eustis, Payne Springs. Let's see here, Malakoff. We have Trinidad, those regions out there. You all should be watching the progression of these storms. Like I said, they might even be getting to the point where they're getting near severe limits or getting near severe criteria. The one towards Gun Barrel City, I mean, the radar is probably, let's see, the radar is approximately 50 miles away from the storm in Gun Barrel City. And, of course, the radar is estimating 1.5-inch hail. So that is over criteria of that's over severe criteria if that was the actual case. Now, right now, there's no severe thunderstorm warning on that one in Gun Barrel City, but honestly, if you want to know my opinion, I think that's probably not going to last for too long before that goes warned here. They would likely include, portions of eastern Gun Barrel City, Mabank areas, Eustis area. If you live out there towards Eustis, Mabank region, and basically, once again, northeast Texas, keep an eye on it. Definitely be watching out for this. We'll actually hear the warning, likely. We'll likely hear the warning whenever it comes through as we have the weather radio in the background. But we'll need to watch out for that, absolutely, as that storm definitely is maturing. Honestly, right now, I would even say that there is likely some hail occurring in the storm towards Gun Barrel City, even likely some gusty winds out there. Maybe not quite damaging, but I'd say maybe even some some gusty winds out there could be occurring. Absolutely. So we're going to need to be looking out for that. Now, once again, everybody, in terms of flooding today, once again, we got to be watching out for the potential of flooding here. In terms of the Weather Service or the Weather Prediction Center, we actually do have a risk of flash flooding today across portions of, obviously northeast Texas, kind of where these storms are popping off. We're going to zoom into this real quickly. Slight risk regarding flooding here for today. At least a 15% chance every 25 miles across the yellow areas. I mean, even moving its way up into the Midwest and the upper Northwest, a bit of a flooding potential could be possible across those regions. But due to thunderstorms, northeast Texas could potentially be seeing You know, obviously maybe a bit of flooding. So heads up to that, and you know, whenever the storms pop off for today. So it's not only the possibility today for tornadoes, large hail damaging winds, but it's also a good possibility there for the potential of flooding. You know, flash flooding. So quick flooding, quick ponding of water out there in low-lying areas could definitely be a problem here for today. Let's see. Gaming Gavin says, "Hey Andrew, is there anything for Columbus, Ohio?" Right now there is not anything for Columbus, Ohio. Tomorrow though, there's a marginal risk out there, so heads up to you. You know, in terms of things, main concern out there for you is damaging wind gusts. But overall, right now it is, yeah, for today anyways. It's not expected to be anything too crazy. We got a warning coming through. How much you guys want to bet that's either the watch or the warning that they're probably going to be putting for Gun Barrel City? What do y'all think? Go ahead and listen to this here. How much you want to bet?
The National Weather Service has issued severe
thunderstorm it's a watch.
Number 262, effective until 10 p.m.
So
Central Daylight Time. This watch includes the following counties in Texas.
I figured it was
Dallas,
one or the other.
Dallas, Kaufman, Rockwall, and Tarrant.
Yeah, they're seeing that convection
Remember,
starting, so obviously they're going to put that warning out
thunderstorm
there.
watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including large hail and damaging winds in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the
we'll give it a few minutes, guys, for the product to come out. And then I'll show you the graphic. Okay.
The current time is
well, there you go.
37.
We're going to turn that down so it's not obnoxiously loud. But if you guys are just joining, you all joined at a pretty interesting time because they just issued a severe thunderstorm watch for northeast Texas. Likely, I'm sure of it, pretty much, that Dallas is included with this. Like I said, I have not seen the graphic yet, but it'll be a moment before that does become visible. But they sure indeed just issued that watch there. So we'll watch it. Definitely keep an eye on it. Like I said, mostly for northeastern Texas. We already do have a watch actually in effect for like northwestern Louisiana. So my friends out here towards like Shreveport, we already do have a watch for you guys. I tell you what, we're gonna hop over to this view. We already do have a watch for you guys. I mean, like I said, we are currently watching an actual warning. You know, severe thunderstorm warning out here south of Shreveport now. Shreveport yourself, you know, pretty much kind of pulled out of that moderate rainfall now, so we're pretty much good to go in Shreveport for now. Right now, this is heading towards Mansfield, Louisiana, you know, towards Hall Summit, those regions there. So we'll need to be looking out for that. So yeah, no, they just issued that watch for Texas, it looks like. They did not extend it into any other states, but northeast Texas. So we'll give that 1 second to brew out there. TRG, if you actually get an image of that before I can read this, can you send it to us on Twitter? We really appreciate it. What about Natchez, Mississippi? Going to be really bad. In terms of today, there is not that big of a concern for you for tornadoes. I mean, there's not even any concern for tornadoes today. So there's nothing you got to be worrying about there. Let's see here. Hi, from Oxford, Michigan. Let's see. It's 9 degrees and overcast here now. Hoping for a break from the heat and smoke. I hear you. It's been pretty crazy. That smoke, it's been nuts. All right, let's do a little update here in Dallas, y'all. We're going to take a look out here in Dallas region. Wow, are those storms dying out? Are those storms dying out? Let's see here. I think, oh, okay. Thank you, TRG. Got an image of it. Let's see here. Oh, that's not SPC. There we go. So, yeah, the TRG sent us this. So, they barely included Dallas with this one. It's mostly Dallas and south. So, obviously, Waco, College Station, Lufkin, those regions out there. Yeah, mostly those regions out there, they put that there. So heads up to you guys. So obviously you are in that watch there. This is in effect until 10 o'clock p.m. Central. So my friends who falling on the Eastern time zone, like I am, this will be in effect until our time, 11 p.m. But anyways, that's that. Let's see, sent it over, Andrew. Thank you so much once again, TRG. Greatly appreciated. Let's see here. Dave says, thanks. You're welcome. Let's see. Robin says, "Is there a severe threat for tomorrow for 44671?" Like I said, I'm really not gonna be able to do much zip codes today, but I'll give you a go here really quickly since I have a minute. Let's see here. Alliance, Ohio. Yeah. So in terms of you, my friend, yeah, obviously today's not a concern. Tomorrow, it's a possibility, but you're right on the edge of that, non-severe line and the potential for severe weather. So I wouldn't say that the probabilities are too high. Anyways, a little update here in Gun Barrel City. We got ourselves a pretty gnarly storm. Still continue to pop off here. I'm surprised, honestly, it's gone this long without even being warned, considering that the radar, the radar out there towards Gun Barrel City is estimating to be around 1.5 inches in diameter. Obviously, what radar is estimating and what's actually potentially happening is two totally different factors. But in terms of from what it looks like, from the views here, I mean, seriously, it looks like it is definitely, it potentially could be producing a little bit of hail. I would definitely say it's a good probability. I mean, I'd give this thing at least an 80% chance of producing some form of hail over portions of my bank here. Now, mostly, it's already mostly moved its way out of Gun Barrel City here. Like I said, it's mostly already moved its way out of Gun Barrel City, but it is tracking eastward. But like I said, just because this storm has moved out of Gun Barrel City does not mean, essentially, that the threat is completely over for Gun Barrel City. Like I said, for today, there's going to be multiple rounds of scattered severe thunderstorms, across the Dallas region. We're going to be looking out for. Anyways, but yeah, heads up for that. Let's see here towards Britain. Let's see, south of Dallas here. That outflow boundary might be sparking off another little thunder shower. Yeah, it looks like those ones are actually fading out. I don't know. They're obviously running into some form of problem to be limiting their ability to form. I think the cap in that localized area still is pretty high. So if you don't know what I mean by cap, basically a blanket that prevents thunderstorms from forming, due to warmer temperatures in the lower portions of the atmospheres, not at the surface, but slightly above. But in terms of that, that looks like that is just, killing up the storm. So the one there towards Duncanville, that storm has pretty much died out essentially. However, they're towards Britain, Cedar Hill region. We might be getting another one starting to fire off here. You can actually see early growth signs here towards Britain. The outflow boundary goes right under it, so that could be sparking that updraft. So we'll need to watch that one pretty closely. Let's see here. Watch the sail in Gun Barrel City. Maybe some rotation. What? Let's see here. Velocity. Right now, I don't see any rotation out of it. Yeah, I don't see anything yet, but we'll watch it for a little bit. I mean, obviously, we're gonna keep an eye on it because it's like one of the only main storms that's kicking off right now. Oh, it looks like they issued a new severe thunderstorm warning here south of St. Augustine towards Jasper, Texas. Let's hop over here to the KPOE radar in Louisiana for this one. I think this is the closest radar we can get to this. Look at that. Yep, that's a newly issued warning out there. So this is south of Brooklyn. This is southwest of Browndell. This is a warning they put out there for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and $half size hail. So the main concern there is actually hail, followed by the potential of damaging winds. So we'll need to watch that one. Yeah, definitely looks like a potential hailer out for there. So we will see. Yep, 1.25-inch hail. So that's obviously bigger than quarter size, or slightly bigger than quarter size, in which that should be monitored. Because who knows? I mean, like I said, it's in the environment where large hail could be possible today. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys back over here to the SPC for a moment. Like I said, letting you all know, here's the current risk out there for hail today. 30% significant risk. Once again, for Dallas, Fort Worth area, Arlington, Plano, Garland, Texas. You guys are inside of that. You can see that little black dashed area. That's what we call the hatched risk or the significant risk, which means that there is a very large probability there for some pretty large hail. In terms of, what that is exactly saying is that there's a good potential that some hailstones could be potentially over 2 inches in diameter or larger. So, like I said, we're talking some potential of large hail out there. It even looks like, let's go and hold on a second. We're going to hop over here to the Austin, Texas radar. Looks like north of Huntsville, Texas, we might be starting to get a bit of convection starting to pop up here too. Look at that. There you go. bit of activity starting to pop up there towards Midway, Cooper, Crockett, Texas. So we'll need to watch those closely as well. I mean, like I said, yep, obviously initiation, the storm's firing off is now starting to begin across the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Right now in Dallas-Fort Worth, obviously it's pretty clear for the most part in Fort Worth and Dallas right now. Minus the exception of this little shower there towards Cedar Hill. That is still popping off here. I mean, we did have a few pop-up thunder showers that did occur, as you can actually see. A few of those guys pop up, but they're now fading out, obviously. But looks like a new one might be trying to fire off here towards Cedar Hill. So we'll watch it. Obviously, a little bit of a shower. Nothing damaging or severe right now. However, the one towards Gun Barrel City still continuing to show some promising signs of a strengthening thunderstorm out here. That's kind of the main one I'm a little concerned about here is towards Eustis and Gun Barrel City. Should watch out for this one here. Like I said, obviously, I do already think that there is a bit of hail that is likely occurring inside of the storm here right now. See, I'm going to hop you guys back over here to that view. But yeah, it even looks like, hold on a second, look at that. Looks like another little pop-up thunderstorm is happening east of that newest severe thunderstorm warning here out there towards Browndell and Brookland. So definitely does look like, yeah, we're starting to get another little pop-up cell there. We'll watch that. It seems like, yeah, things are starting to kick off here even in east central Texas now. So this is the beginning of potentially something nasty. We're going to need to watch it for a while. Let's see. What time do I think Alabama will be hit by storms? Sometime tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow evening, essentially. I mean, it's not going to be till like, later whenever the surface heats up. Yeah, probably around like late afternoon, evening time. I'd probably even say late evening. Yeah, I'm looking at the model real quickly. But anyways, yep. Let's see here. Yeah, no, it does look like a little bit of organization on that storm towards Cedar Hill is starting to take place. I mean, from the previous scan to now, you can see how that moderate precipitation in the yellows and oranges are starting to clump up. Starting to clump up a bit. That is a good sign of organization out of those storms there. Let's see. Whoa, we got a new warning out here in Louisiana, it looks like. Hold on. Gonna wait for that radar. Yeah, actually sharing the border of Louisiana and Arkansas. Towards Beekman, we have Wardville, White, let's see, Galleon, Bonita, and Jones. You guys are now under a severe thunderstorm warning here for, quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts until 3:45 Central Time. Yeah, it even looks like Mississippi is starting to get a lot of, sporadic thunderstorm activity. I mean, look at that. Not necessarily severe, but starting to pop off a little bit. Now, I do tell you what, these areas actually in Mississippi, mostly central and southwestern Mississippi, you guys do have a risk for severe weather today. I'm happy to tell you, though, that tornadoes is not one of those concerns, for you guys at least. Once again, today's tornado concern is only existent really across northeast Texas today. Here, I'm going to go ahead and hide the radar for 1 second. We're just going to drag the radar over here. But yeah, there's today's tornado risk out there. So obviously there towards Dallas, we have the 5% chance out there. Fort Worth is in the 2% tornado threat, but Dallas has a slightly bigger chance of a few tornadoes out there. But yeah, Gun Barrel City kind of in the middle of it. Waco, 5% chance. Tyler, Texas, right there, 5% chance. So what that means is every 25 miles in these zones, there's a 5% chance of a tornado dropping in there. So that is something to watch, as tornadoes do seem to be possible there towards Dallas. Now, obviously, in terms of damaging winds, damaging winds is a bit more crazy, especially out there towards like Athens, Waco. Like I said, you can kind of see that little striped area. that is significant damaging wind gusts. Once again, that's the significant area where, there's a potential for some damaging winds, potentially up to 70 mile per hour or higher in some cases. Could be a possibility. So obviously, got to watch out there in northeast Texas for large, potentially some damaging winds. Now, also, in terms of hail, we also do have a significant risk out there as well. Pretty much the main concern here is damaging hail. But yeah, Dallas, Fort Worth, 30% chance of seeing significant hail, potentially up to, once again, maybe 2 inches in diameter and larger. That is large. For example, that's larger than a golf ball. Which this is a lid that goes to some paper clips and stuff. Pretty random, but that's about 2 inches. So this is the minimum size of hail across that potential significant region. That does include Dallas, like I said. But yeah, that's about 2 inches in diameter. So pretty large hail could be on the menu for today. In which, like I said, right now towards Gun Barrel City, like I said, that's kind of the strongest storm we have out here in Texas right now. Minus these severe warnings out here in eastern Texas, but towards the Dallas area, that is essentially what we are looking at. How long will I be live? I have no idea. Let's see here. Did Omega block break or something? Because we haven't had bad weather. Yeah, it's been very quiet. But obviously we do have a little bit of a trough here that is driving some severe weather today and tomorrow. Yeah, it does look like a slight break has occurred. Yes. Let's see here. He will more than likely be here until 10. I don't know about that long, but we'll see. We'll see how long I can go for. All right, let's go do a little update, y'all. Back in this current warning. So once again, we have northwestern Louisiana got a pretty large severe thunderstorm warning in effect here towards Converse, towards, let's see here, Edgefield, Martin, Hall Summit. Main concern, 60 mile per hour wind gust, quarter size hail. So kind of like normal criteria out there. But obviously here in the latest few moments, obviously we need to be really scanning the areas in Fort Worth and Dallas. I mean, obviously those areas are pretty populated for sure, but that's actually where the greatest chance for hail. See, that kind of hail could smash windshields? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you mix the two probabilities together, I mean, the significant damaging winds, potentially up to 70 plus miles per hour, and the large hail, potentially over 2 inches in diameter. I mean, that's some pretty large moving ice, or pretty large ice moving at pretty quick speeds. In which that absolutely for sure could bust some windshields. I've even seen some large hail, like slightly larger than that, go through people's roofs. Yeah, hail can get that bad. It's crazy. Really, really crazy. In which, that honestly cannot be ruled out today. Oh, look at that. They just did it. Look at that. Severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for Gun Barrel City, for Eustis, let's see, Payne Springs, Athens. Finally did it. Took them long enough, but they sure did it. So they actually do have this here now in effect for the next 52 minutes. Yeah, so 52 minutes here. Let's say quarter size hail and 60 miles per hour wind, 60 mile an hour wind gusts could be possible out of this guy. They do not have a tornado possible tag on that, so that's good news. Obviously, we don't want a tornado out there, but right now, that does not seem to be a concern for those areas. Yeah, I mean, velocity, really not showing anything. Nothing really rotating heavily, so that's good. But yeah, like I said, Athens, Texas, Murchison, Texas. Speaking of merch, we got some merch in the description. Anyways, Long Cabin, Eustis, Payne Springs, Enchanted Oaks. Yeah, you guys, heads up to you guys out there. As obviously that is a area we should be watching. But yeah, like I said, 60 mile per hour wind gust, quarter size hail is the biggest concern right now. Storms are not really moving too quick. I mean, they're moving at 20 miles per hour, which, I mean, that's kind of pretty slow for some moving storm. I've seen slower, but once again, that slow motion today, or that somewhat slow motion today, could allow once again for even flash flooding to occur. Like I said, obviously flash flooding, it could be a possibility as well. So it's not just the damaging winds, it's not just the hail, it's not just the potential tornadoes, but also maybe even some hail too. Could be possible. Let's see here. Mo says watching from Fort Worth. Well, glad to have you here, Mo. Like, obviously, stay safe out there. I mean, like you can see, Fort Worth is in the pretty gnarly zone today. Right now, in terms of the radar over Fort Worth, it's relatively okay. We got a few storms popping off here south of you towards like mid-Lothian. I don't know if you know where that's at, but there is a little bit of a shower popping off right over Mountain Peak right now. Basically south of Dallas and Fort Worth, kind of right there in the middle between the two. But right now over Dallas, it's okay for now. But like I said, obviously here, any moment now, they were showing around 4 o'clock is when a lot of these thunderstorms are going to start really cranking, across like Dallas and those regions there. So definitely we'll be watching out for. So stay safe out there, Mo. Viper says, hello, what's up? Hope we're doing good. Hope you're doing all right. But yeah, like I said, obviously, heads up to you guys in Dallas region. We've got to be watching it today. Anyways, but like I said, if you guys are just joining, we just recently got a severe thunderstorm warning out here for Gun Barrel City, out towards Athens, Murchison, Log Cabin, Payne Springs here. We are indeed watching out for this here. Once again, we'll keep an eye out there for it. So quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts could be a possibility out of it. I tell you what, actually looking over here at the satellite view, we are starting to get a lot of little pop-up areas. You can kind of see how these, these little bubbles, these are little areas of convection. So that's actually beginning thunderstorm growth that is starting to occur. Yeah, it actually shows central Texas for some reason. Starting to get something. Tell you what, let's go and hop over to central Texas for a moment. It kind of does show, let's see here. You know what? There's kind of a storm here southeast of San Angelo, or a little area of interest, I should say. That might be trying to spark a little thunderstorm. Yeah, look at that. Yep, south of Brady. We'll keep on panning over there every once in a while. We'll see what's going on there. But obviously the worst of it right now is really starting to fire up here in northeast Texas. I mean, once again, like I said, Gun Barrel City right now. Now, mostly Gun Barrel City, at this point, you are relatively good to go. Unless you're on the eastern side of Gun Barrel City, that's obviously where the threat still lingers of the potential of, damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and large hail up to quarter size. But in terms of, what's going on out here towards the regions, like I said, obviously we still got to be watching out for areas like east of that, like towards Athens, Eustis, Payne Springs here, Stockard. Yeah, I mean, you guys are still going to be in that warning for a little bit. Like I said, Athens, it really has not hit you yet. It probably will in the next 10, 15 minutes or so. It'll be right over you. And like I said, obviously you can see those little pink areas. That's where we are potentially seeing some hail out of this here. And once again, potentially up to quarter size could be possible. And when taking a look here, oh wow, look at that! These little specks down here. They might not look like much right now, but I do tell you what, if you compare that to the last two frames, they weren't even there. That right there in itself could be new thunderstorm development there. So this is towards Bardwell and Ennis, which is southeast of Dallas. But speaking of, here south of Mid-Lothian, that's kicked up in the last frame. Look at that. It goes from like light precipitation to straight up moderate heavy in a matter of like a few minutes. I mean, like each scan is like anywhere from like 2 to 3 minutes. Each radar swipe is about 2 to 3 minutes. And between those 2 minutes, a lot appears to happen. So we'll need to we'll watch out for that. That could mature into something. I mean, it even looks like the outflow boundary really hasn't even hit them yet. The main boundary here, as you can see, that big long noodle that you see there, that is what we call an outflow boundary or a gust front. They essentially act as miniature cold fronts, as basically it's cooler air from once in the mid portions of the atmosphere that got sunk down from usually a thunderstorm and started pushing out in a certain direction, in this case south, which obviously in this area there's cooler air, and in this area it's warmer air. And so obviously, that little boundary swiping through could actually spark a thunderstorm. Yeah, look at that. Even the last frame got a lot more darker color to it. So that right there, in effect, could be showing a maturing thunderstorm. Yep, we'll need to watch out for that. Yeah, this one's relatively, once again, south of Dallas at the moment. It's not in the really too populated areas right now. But like I said, should watch it. Should keep an eye on it. Like I said, obviously, once again, right around now, 4 o'clock, was when the heaviest of it is going to start popping off here. So all of it right around now, it should be really starting to take off, which it seems like it's on time. Any tornado warnings yet? Not yet, Christopher. Let's hope we don't have any either. Let's see. Viper says, what about tomorrow, Tennessee? So Tennessee tomorrow does have a slight risk. Mostly central and western Tennessee. Got to be watching out for it. But no matter where you live in Tennessee, I would keep an eye out there for potential severe weather today. As we're going to need to watch out for it. I'll be live tomorrow talking about tomorrow's weather, but right now we're just going to be focusing on what's happening today. But anyways, let's see here. So once again, we're going to switch over here to northwestern Louisiana for a second. Let's see here. So Mansfield, we have Hall Summit, we have areas of Edgefield. We are still watching a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the next half hour still for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So we are going to continue to watch this for the next little bit. Like I said, it looks like a few other little pop-up cells are starting to occur ahead of that line too. We even do have ourselves, like I said, a severe thunderstorm warning out here or towards Browndell, heading right at Jasper for the next 15 minutes essentially for quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, tracking in your general direction. So we got to be looking out for that. But yeah, I mean, looks like that spread of thunderstorm activity is starting to really commence here. Let's see, a little update here towards San Angelo. Like I said, we were watching this little guy, not really doing too much right now, but in the latest frames, it does show a little bit of a pop-up. So we'll definitely be looking out for this, as obviously across the regions here even. I mean, there is still that severe weather threat we should be monitoring. So we'll definitely be looking out for it. Let's see here. Nana with a $20 donation. Thank you so much, Nana. Greatly appreciated for the 20. Much love. Thank you so much, Nana. That is awesome. Thank you so much for supporting us. That is super sweet of you. Super generous. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. Very much appreciated. Thank you absolutely so much. Big shout out goes to you, Nana. Thank you so much for that. Super sweet of you. Like I said, honestly, it's just greatly appreciated. Seriously, thank you absolutely so much for that. Let's see here. So, once again, we got to watch out for the storm here towards Mid-Lothian. Once again, south of Mid-Lothian here. Like I said, obviously, we are continuing to see that growth. Like I said, that outflow boundary there is now starting to cut under that storm. So that could either A, give it a big kick and potentially allow it to strengthen a lot quicker, or it could actually cut it off. In some cases, I've seen both. But right now, I mean, right in itself, it's producing heavy rainfall right now. At the moment, it is definitely producing some heavy rain out here. Once again, towards areas south of Mid-Lothian. General motion of this guy, yeah, look at that. Last few frames, I mean, things really popped up. It looks like it's mostly stationary, actually. Like I said, it literally looks like it's mostly stationary. I mean, it looks like it's hardly moving at all. But we'll watch out for it. Also, heads up towards Bardwell. Once again, southeast of that storm we were just talking about towards Mid-Lothian. Looks like a few little areas of interest. Wow, look at that. Even east of that. These guys. Yeah, we're starting to get a lot of these little pop-ups, so things are starting to get pretty widespread here now. We'll definitely need to look out for that. Let's see here. Sorry, I have to say it again because it's important. Andrew knows. Let's see. Eustis, Texas has a confirmed wall cloud. Really? Eustis does? Wow. Okay. Well, I haven't seen that on my end yet, but thank you for letting us know. That's really interesting. Yeah, we'll continue watching it. Obviously, if it does materialize into something that, immediately seems like in tornado danger, we'll obviously be looking at it. Look at that. Wow, new scan came up there towards Bardwell. That's gone from light precipitation to straight up heavy. Like I said, in a matter of, once again, scans usually take about 2 to 3 minutes to update. I mean, that was in a matter of no time. Yeah, also, this one still kicking. Honestly, at this point, I'd even say there might be a bit of lightning in the sky. Obviously, they're towards Mid-Lothian, Texas. If you don't know where that's at, right between kind of the V point here of Dallas and Fort Worth, just south of both of them. Not too far though, but I'd say there's likely some lightning in that. Not seeing any overlays right now, but heavy precipitation like that, a lot of particle collision in the mid levels of the atmosphere could obviously create the friction which is needed for those lightning strikes to really kick off there. But yeah, no, absolutely. Should be keeping an eye out there for it. But absolutely, we'll watch it really closely. Yeah, even maybe some, obviously heavy rain is included with this, but I'd even say maybe some rice hail. I mean, something small hail. I'd even say it would not be impossible, honestly. Let's see here. Mafia Mods, GTA 5, with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, dude. Let's see, it's pronounced Midlothian. Midlothian. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, that's one thing you guys are going to know if you're new to the channel, is the fact that my pronunciation on these towns are terrible. Absolutely terrible. But thank you for the 2. Greatly appreciate it. Also, thank you for letting me know how to pronounce that. Greatly appreciate it. See, I saw Wall Cloud and 7 points to Eustace Neighbor. All right, well, stay safe there, Peggy. Seriously. Got to be watching out for it. Now, like I said, there will be a potential for some tornadoes today. Once again, Dallas kind of in the big threat today. Now, it's not. Is it something that you should be absolutely panicking over? No. Don't freak out over today's tornado threat. Now, it does exist. There is a chance for a couple of tornadoes today. Dallas, Garland, areas towards Waco, Tyler, Texas, around those areas possible. But should it freak you out? No. Don't worry. Don't lose your cool over it. Just relax, and obviously, like I said, if there is a warning that does get issued, we'll let you know where it's at, where it's heading, and when you can get out of your shelter and what you need to do to take action. We'll let you guys know about all that. So, like I said, don't you worry. I understand these storms can be pretty freaky sometimes. Like I said, a lot of people do have these. Phobias with storms here. Justin says, yeah, I hope to stay south of downtown Dallas. I have bad tornado phobia. Yeah. So, like I said, obviously, for Dallas here, right now, in terms of the current radar, I mean, Dallas is clear for right now. Fort Worth as well, we are looking relatively okay. But like I said, obviously south, they're towards Midlothian. Like here towards Maypearl. We are watching some activity starting to commence here. Winds out of this little thunderstorm, or this little thunder shower, seems to be pretty low for the most part. So obviously it's not really in any severe criteria right now, or not currently expected to be doing anything severe. But we'll keep on scanning over that. Like I said, the next few minutes, who knows, I think could pop off to be something nasty, which I hope not. But knowing today's environment, knowing today's potential of these storms here, could be possible. All right, we're going to do a little update here. Once again, my friends out there towards Athens, Texas, we are indeed watching you guys, because we are watching a severe thunderstorm warning right over you. Now, for the most part, like I said, Gun Barrel City, you guys are now good to go. You guys are no longer under that warning. You guys were, at one point, under that warning. No longer there. However, Eustis, Stockard, we have Pickens, see Bethel, Athens, you see Murchison, you see Sumner Hill, those regions out there. Heads up to you, because like I said, we still have this severe thunderstorm warning in effect for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So the winds could be getting up to 60 miles per hour at maximum. Does not mean it's going to be constantly blowing at 60. It just means that the wind gust, I'm sure you guys know what a wind gust is, basically the peak winds for usually less than 20 seconds, could get up to 60 miles per hour. So heads up to that. So like I said, Athens, right now, you're probably experiencing some light precipitation, but expect that to get a little bit heavier over the next few minutes, as the storm is, the core of the storm is starting to swipe its way over Athens right now. But anyways, but that is that. We'll be looking out for this. Let's see, it's Midlothian. Is it Midlothian? What is going on? It's Midlothian. I don't know. At this point, I don't even know. At this point, because Mafia said it was Midlothian. Midlothian, says Peggy. I'm gonna go with Midlothian, but I was originally calling it Midlothian. But anyways. Just a little update here. So we got a pretty large severe thunderstorm warning here in effect across areas south of Shreveport, towards areas of Edgefield right now, Hall Summit, Pleasant Hill, for the next 20 minutes. Now, honestly, they're probably going to extend that warning into areas like Nacogdoches here, possibly. Over the next few minutes, because like I said, that storm is obviously starting to get out of that, out of that polygon there. As you can actually see here, the storm is starting to roll its way out of the edge of that polygon. So obviously that puts new areas in the potential warning path that should be watching. Obviously it's just what I just doodled here, but we'll see. That they probably, if they still see that the potential in this storm is still severe, they will obviously put out a new warning for that. And south of this right now, towards Jasper, Texas, we got 5 minutes to go, not too much longer. They just issued another warning right next to it. But quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts right over areas towards Sam Rayburn, Harveytown in Texas. But like I said, they just issued a new warning here, literally just popped up for the next 20 minutes towards Mayflower, Texas, Weeks Settlement, Texas, and Indian Hills, Texas. So heads up to you guys. We got to be looking out for it. Let's see what's going on down here. Holy cow. Dude, a lot has happened in the last few minutes. Holy cow. Look at that. So we have Ennis, Bardwell, Midlothian. Yeah, between you guys, it looks like a lot of activity has really started commencing in the last few minutes. I mean, look at that. It goes from nothing to just boom. Bunch of activity. So this is, right now, good news is mostly south of Dallas, so it's really not over any possible or populated, not too populated areas, not like a major city like Dallas. But obviously we are starting to see some growth starting to occur. Oh, look at that. They just issued a new warning here. Look at that. There we go. So south of Athens now towards Makaloff. We have areas towards Springfield, Bradford, along Highway 19. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning just now got issued here for the next hour. Wow. The next hour here for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And actually, I do want to switch you guys over here really quickly because I'm getting some information on that storm towards Athens. We actually got a report of quarter-size hail out there. Let's see, towards Eustis. Quarter-size hail reported 1/4 mile west of Eustis High School by Train Weather Spotter. This was in Henderson County, Texas, in the town of Eustis. So once again, quarter-size hail has been detected in that storm that is getting ready to track right over Athens. So, like I said, Athens, heads up. There's been some hail reported on that storm. It's a possibility that it could work its way towards you. So we'll continue to watch it. Let's see. New mesoscale discussion for Louisiana possible watch. What? They did not, did they? Let's see here. So basically what that means is they're thinking about issuing a watch, 40% chance. Okay, so it's not really a high probability, but they're saying here that areas in Louisiana, probably in these regions here, they're considering issuing a severe thunderstorm watch out there. See, potential watch possible. They put a 40% chance of a watch being issued out there towards central Louisiana. So let's watch that. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Mobile, Alabama. Wow, look at that. Got a pretty gnarly looking storm out there. Quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Tracking into Mobile Bay. Okay, so yep, heads up to the boaters even out there. Right off the coast of Fairhope and Spanish Fort. Yeah, this storm got a bit of an outflow boundary right there, going right over Mobile, Alabama right now. Currently severe warning too. So as this continues, it looks like it's heading southbound. Actually, yeah, it's kind of moving southeastward. But essentially, that could become a probable special marine warning. They might even already have one out, actually. Let's see here. Turn over to the warnings. Let's see, special marine warnings. Yeah, because I have them off. Yep, they do. Right there for Mobile Bay, special marine warning. So obviously they're alarming the boaters out there to seek cover, essentially. Because yeah, you don't want to be out in the middle of that because that could obviously capsize vessels. With the sudden winds from the thunderstorms. I mean, winds create waves, which I'm sure you probably knew that, but if you didn't, that's a big problem that could capsize some vessels. So if you're out there in Mobile Bay, obviously head to port if you could. Let's see, it's amazing how cold that hail is when you pick it up, the larger stones. Yeah, no, seriously, I mean, it's in a super cold environment in which, obviously, you know, it rapidly freezes. Let's see, Mansfield, still got a new storm popping off here. Still got that storm that's starting to kick off. Mansfield, yeah, this one's been popping off here for a few minutes now. Also, Midlothian, kind of there towards the south of Midlothian here for the most part. We got some activity popping off, even south of that. So, like I said, areas here relatively just south of Dallas, I tell you what. I mean, starting to really crank here. Starting to really start to commence here. So, like I said, you know, honestly, within the next few minutes, I mean, not saying it will, but who knows? I mean, the environment that the storms are in today, they could eventually go severe warned at some point, you know, for either damaging winds, hail, or who knows, maybe even a tornado or two could be possible across the regions here. Let's hope not. Let's hope we don't have any of that, but obviously, like I said, I can't control the factor if we do or not. I wish I could, but I can't. That would be pretty cool, but obviously, like I said, what I can do is I can tell you what's going on. I can tell you exactly, you know, what's the threat and stuff like that. Like I said, right now towards Athens, the main concern is, you know, damaging wind gusts followed by maybe some small hail up to quarter size. It's a possibility, which we should be keeping an eye out there for. But like I said, you know, we'll need to continue watching this. Right now, there's nothing rotating on it, which is some good news. Obviously, we don't want any rotation because where there's rotation, there's a potential for tornadoes. But overall, I tell you what, like I said, it's just something we're still going to have to watch closely across those regions there. So we'll watch it. Let's see. Athens area warned. Yes. Hunter, Athens is in that warning. Yep. Like I said, if you're in Athens right now, you're probably starting to experience some of that moderate heavy precipitation now. Because like I said earlier, it was relatively light a couple of minutes ago, but now it looks like obviously from radar it's starting to pick up a bit in intensity here. Tell you what, look at that. We got a storm popping off here towards Breckenridge. Yeah, I was noticing that on the water vapor satellite here. I'm gonna go ahead and switch you all over here to that real quickly. Yeah, if you look closely, there's a little dot right over Breckenridge starting to commence right there. You see a little dot right there? That's on the satellite view. So we're starting to get a bit of that activity starting to pop up there towards Breckenridge, south of Crystal Falls. So let's keep on watching this. Let's see, I heard in Conroe, Texas, Houston, Texas, going to be 70-plus winds, 8 p.m. Will there be hail, power outages, Conroe, Texas, and Houston, Texas, and slight risk? So for areas along, you know, obviously Houston and those regions out there, Houston itself is in a slight risk. Yes, you're right about that. So there will be the potential for some strong and potentially damaging storms out towards the way. Like I said, the timing out of it will be later on this evening. By the time storms really kind of kick off across those regions in Houston. I mean, right now you can actually see on the current radar view in Houston, there's really not much going on. So right now, just continue on with what you're doing. But I'd keep on watching the weather over the next couple of hours because, like I said, obviously, you know, the threat for, large hail, the threat for, damaging winds could start to increase, obviously, as the evening approaches here. I mean, it's already moving in the evening now. But, yeah, we'll be watching it. Pepper says Oklahoma City had a good thunderstorm, lots of lightning early this morning. Watch live cam rolling in. Gotcha. Yeah, Oklahoma City even does have a small risk out there for severe weather today. Right now, it's pretty calm throughout the OKC region. But like I said, it's really the Dallas area we need to be watching for right now. I'll tell you what, look at that storm towards Ennis. That thing has been popping up here crazily in the last few minutes. Have I checked velocities? I have. Yes, I've been peeking on velocity every once in a while. Yeah, and we just looked at it a few minutes ago. Let's see. We're gonna hop over here to GR2 for a moment. So yeah, and the current storm towards Athens, really not much anything rotating going on. That's good news. We don't want any rotation. That's a good thing. But in these storms out towards areas like let's see, Maypearl. I'll tell you what, that might be an area of interest we need to look out for. Not really rotating too much. Really nothing too crazy right now, but there's a bit of outbound winds that could, you never know. The environment could be setting up for possible tornadic development. Not saying it is, but Not an immediate danger right now, but let's just watch that. We'll keep on hopping back on velocity here and there. This is towards areas near Maypearl, Texas, which we'll need to monitor that. Like I said, this is relatively new storms that's popping off out here too. I mean, like I said, these storms have barely even been existent for that long. I mean, you can actually see here how we have the outflow boundaries really kicking off those storms out there. Like I said, Bardwell. You guys in Bardwell right now, yeah, you guys are getting hammered, it looks like. I mean, it goes from nothing. Look at that. It goes from nothing happening to boom. A bunch of these strong thunderstorms popping off. So, obviously, Bardwell, nothing. Obviously, you're good. But heads up, I would still watch Bardwell pretty closely. Let's see here. Watershed says, I got to leave the chat for now. Thanks for all you do, Andrew. Goodbye. See you later, Watershed. Thank you so much for being here. Got to be some wicked flash flooding under these huge storms. It's possible, Prepper. Like I said, the Weather Prediction Center, they put out a slight risk, talking that there's a good potential for flooding out there in northeast Texas, or kind of east central Texas, I should say. So, in those general regions, yeah, we should be looking out for the potential of some flooding too. Definitely does seem to be a good possibility. So we'll be watching it. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm gonna turn off that. Yeah, we don't need that light. Plus, it's kind of blinding to me. But yeah, no, we'll definitely need to be looking out for flooding as well. I'll tell you what, I don't even know if I have flash flood warnings on. I think I do not. So we're gonna turn that on right now. Perfect. So yeah, right now I'm not seeing anything flash flooding wise, so that's good. Could I check on Glen Rose? Sure. Glen Rose, Texas. Currently in the yep, you're in the big risk here today. Glen Rose, relatively clear on the radar. Got a few of those outflow boundaries northeast of you. They are heading in your general direction. You can see how they're kind of tracking southwest. So I would honestly, if you live there towards Glen Rose, I would be watching the weather for the next few hours, as obviously that thunderstorm activity could start to kick off there. Like I said, you see what's happening here now south of Dallas. I mean, like I said, right directly south of Dallas, we're starting to get a lot of thunderstorm activity, a lot of thunder shower activity starting to kick off there. So obviously, got to be monitoring those regions out there, because like I said, it's going to be possible that we could be seeing some severe thunderstorms popping off here pretty soon out of these guys. I honestly would not be surprised if within the next 10 minutes or so we start getting some warnings here south of Dallas. Also, that storm there towards Breckenridge, yeah, that storm's starting to kind of kick off pretty strong here. Like I said, if I hop over here towards Breckenridge, you can kind of see right here, basically in, kind of relatively far west of Dallas. Let's see, this is about 80 miles west of Fort Worth here. Kind of got this little discrete storm popping off there, so we'll need to watch out for that. Something I'm seeing that's really interesting? If you look closely, do y'all see that kind of counterclockwise rotation happening there? In all that. I don't know if I'm the only one who's seeing this. Do you see how it kind of curves? It seems like it's kind of curving counterclockwise. That's really interesting. A little bit of rotation going on there. Not necessarily tornadic activity, but I'm saying there's a little bit of counterclockwise rotation that's happening out there. That's interesting. Huh. We'll need to look out for that. Let's see. If they pop up, it would be Fort Worth issuing. Probably. Like I said, Fort Worth right now is, okay in terms of storms here. But south of Dallas here, like I said, towards Ennis, yeah, I would be watching out towards those regions here for the next little bit. I mean, obviously, you guys do have that risk out there. Let's see. But yeah. See, making its own low pressure. I believe there already is a low pressure system out there. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up the surface. Yeah, there is, but it's a little bit further west of Dallas, which if I hop over here to the meso analysis, you can actually see there's a low pressure right there. Huh. Yeah, I mean, you can see how several hours from now it just kind of pulls up into a big, kind of like a really big cluster of thunderstorms there. But holy cow. All right, y'all. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to go ahead and take a break here for a little bit. I'm going to need a little bit of a break here. We've been live for an hour and a half, so give us like 5 minutes. We'll be back here in 5 minutes. So if y'all have anything that you would like to say, go ahead and say it now. I'll still be active in chat, by the way, so if there's any questions you might have, let us know. But once again, thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciated. Once again, we'll be back here in 5 minutes. Just going to take a second to relax for a second, and then we'll continue back with the coverage. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and be right back. So y'all stay tuned, and we'll catch you all here in a minute.
98, heat index 102, southwest at 14, gusting to 25. Tyler, cloudy, 78, east at 9. Once again at 3 p.m., DFW Airport, mostly sunny, 92, heat index 99, southeast at 14. Now let's check on your local forecast for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Severe thunderstorm watch 262 in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. Rest of this afternoon, mostly sunny with showers and thunderstorms likely. Some thunderstorms may be severe. Highs in the mid-90s. Temperatures falling into the upper 80s late. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Tonight, mostly cloudy with showers and thunderstorms likely in the evening, then mostly clear after midnight. Lows in the lower 70s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, sunny. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Hot with highs in the upper 90s. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of rain 20%. Heat index values up to 106. The hazardous weather outlook through tonight for North Texas. This afternoon and tonight. Scattered severe thunderstorms are expected this afternoon. The primary threats are large hail and damaging wind gusts. Flash flooding is also possible late this afternoon and evening, generally east of Interstate 35 and south of Interstate 20. Spotter activation may be needed for parts of north and central Texas this afternoon and evening. As always, any reports of severe weather or flooding are always appreciated. And now the hazardous weather outlook for Sunday through Friday. Low thunderstorm chances return Sunday afternoon and continue each day through early Wednesday, primarily along and north of the Interstate 20 corridor. Severe weather can't be ruled out. Heat index values will approach 105 degrees Sunday afternoon. Heat advisory criteria will likely be reached later in the upcoming week. The current time is 3:27 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You're listening to NOAA, All Hazards Radio, the voice of the National Weather Service, station KEC 56. Serving the Dallas-Fort Worth listening area. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were made at 3 p.m. DFW Airport, mostly sunny, 92, dew point 72, relative humidity 51%, heat index 99, wind southeast at 14, pressure 29.72 inches and falling. Dallas Love Field, mostly sunny, 91, east at 14, gusting to 22. Fort Worth Meacham, mostly sunny, 93, east at 14, gusting to 25. Arlington, mostly sunny, 90, east at 13. McKinney, partly sunny, 85, southeast at 13. Denton, mostly sunny, 93, southeast at 16, gusting to 23. Elsewhere around the region, Wichita Falls, sunny, 94, southwest at 5. Abilene, sunny, 96, west at 18, gusting to 26. Waco, sunny, 98, heat index 102, southwest at 14, gusting to 25. Tyler, cloudy, 78, east at 9. Once again at 3 p.m., DFW Airport, mostly sunny, 92, heat index 99, southeast at 14. Now let's check on your local forecast for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Severe thunderstorm watch 262 in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. Rest of this afternoon, mostly sunny with showers and thunderstorms likely. Some thunderstorms may be severe. Highs in the mid-90s. Temperatures falling into the upper 80s late. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Tonight, mostly cloudy with showers and thunderstorms likely in the evening, then mostly clear after midnight. Lows in the lower 70s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, sunny. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Hot with highs in the upper 90s. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of rain 20%. Heat index values up to 106.
Alrighty, y'all. We are back here. Just had to take a quick breather for a moment. What's up, you guys? Hope everyone is doing good out there. Let's go ahead and hop right back on into it, picking up here where we left off. Like I said, we just had to take a 5-minute break here. Just a quick moment to... Just going to turn that down. It's loud. There we go. Yeah, just had to take a moment to take a breather for a moment. Anyways, back up where we left off here, y'all. We are still continuing to watch all these storms fire off here south of Dallas. Like I said, really the last like 20, 30 minutes or so, these guys have cranked quickly. These guys have really kicked off here pretty good. Right now, for the most part, Dallas, Fort Worth areas are in the clear. For right now, there's no storms that's immediately threatening those areas right now. But like I said, to the south, we're getting a bit of increased activity there. Once again, towards Ennis, heading there towards Corsicana, which I will be continuing to watch here. Also, still east of Gun Barrel City, we are continuing to watch, a severe thunderstorm warning out there towards Athens. Still continuing to go on. About 14 more minutes to go before that does get expired here. South of that, another one here for, let's see, Star Harbor, Log Cabin. For the next 43 minutes, we have this continuing to on-go for the next little bit. So we'll be continuing to watch that. Wow, look at that. They issued a really big severe thunderstorm warning towards Nacogdoches here. Let's see, 58 minutes. So we got nearly an hour to go on this warning now. Wow, that's a big warning. Let's see, out here towards, let's see here. Godana, we have Nacogdoches. We have, Provencal. We have areas of Fisher. That's a pretty big warning. That is a really large warning. So for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So we'll need to be looking out for that. Also areas here towards northeast Louisiana, southeast Arkansas. We got a warning here between, Bonita, Louisiana, Stevenson, Louisiana, and Gullidge, southeastern Arkansas. But that's that. Let's see. Michelle says hi. What's up? Hope we're doing good. Haley says hi on my break. It's all right. Pretty okay. Yeah, definitely after being live here for over almost 2 hours now. Almost 2 hours now. It gets to you. It gets to you, definitely. Anyways, but yep, no, we're still watching south of Dallas. The outflow boundary is now out of Fort Worth and those regions out there, so that's good news. But still not saying that it's going to be impossible for any thunderstorms to fire off there across the Dallas-Fort Worth region, which it's still really likely that we will still get some thunderstorm activity out there. But right now it's remaining mostly southbound. Let's see here. I mean, yeah, obviously, the models I'm looking at right now, I'll go and switch you all over here real quickly. Yeah, the models I'm looking at here kind of shows that activity growing here, kind of by like early mid-evening. Like right now it's 4 o'clock. We're approaching 5 o'clock here relatively soon in the Eastern time. And obviously at that point it does show that growth really starting to kick up. So we shall watch it. Okay, now really quickly while we're here, I do want to go ahead and show you guys, once again, heads up in the tropics. The GFS still talking about this system here. The GFS has been being really, really crazy the last, 7 days now, essentially. Talking about a potential tropical system. Yeah, there it is right there. Now it's showing it hugging, the Yucatan Peninsula. Anyways, enough of that. But we got a warning coming through here. Let's go listen to this.
The National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for
they sure
West
did.
Central Kaufman
South
County in
Dallas.
north central Texas Ellis County in north-central Texas.
Wow.
Southeastern Dallas County in north-central
That's
Texas.
a big warning, too.
North-central Navarro County in north-central Texas until 4:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 3:33 p.m.
Is that how
Central
you say
Daylight
that?
Time, a severe
Please correct me if
thunderstorm
I'm
was
wrong.
located over Waxahachie, moving east at 20
How do you
miles
say
per
that?
hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail.
Towards Ennis, I can tell you that
Source,
one.
radar indicated.
See, towards
Impact,
Ferris, too.
hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted
we go.
include Waxahachie, Ennis,
How
Midlothian, Seagoville, Red Oak, Wilmer, Crandall,
Waxahachie?
Ferris,
Is that how he said it?
Combine, Oak Leaf, Maypierre, Bardwell, Alma, Bardwell Lake, Rice, Garrett, Bristol, Pecan Hill, and Emhouse.
There we go.
This includes the following highways: Interstate 35E between mile markers
45 as well.
389 and 409. Interstate 45 between mile markers 236
Also
and
287.
269. For your protection, get inside
It didn't
a
mention
sturdy structure
287,
and
but
stay away from
287 is
windows.
impacted. Okay.
Severe thunderstorm watch
Okay, we're going to
number.
turn this down here. No, it did not mention Highway 287, which that is included. Inside of that towards, let's see, Rigor Springs. But I don't know how it mentioned this. Waxahachie. I think it said Wexahachie. But Weather Radio is weird sometimes. It doesn't pronounce everything correctly. I guess Weather Radio has the same luck with me pronouncing it. Anyways, but yeah, no, we're still watching that main line that's been kicking off for several hours here. I mean, this was this main line that's currently kicking off across Louisiana towards areas here south of. Let's see, this is Ruston, mostly towards Nacogdoches here. I think that's how you say that. I've always said it that way, but still, we are watching that line, and it's still producing the potential of severe weather. Maybe up to quarter-size hail, maybe 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Should continue to watch this here. But we'll see. Let's see here. Hope we'll be back tomorrow too. Yes, we'll be live tomorrow, Michelle. Prepper says, question, is there an outflow boundary on radar because those storms started to fire off? Cloud signature other way. Or my eyes not working. There was an outflow boundary. If you're talking whether towards Texas or Dallas, yes. South of Dallas mostly. Michelle says, let's see here. It looks like a minimum 3 chase teams have been heading towards Texas. Yeah, like I said, today's a big hail day. A lot of chasers better watch out. If you're going to be chasing this, which I don't advise, for multiple reasons today. Obviously, large hail and damaging winds. I mean, the tornado threat's not really worth chasing, in my opinion. I wouldn't chase it if it was me. I would personally sit outside with a camera and just watch the structure design. But in terms of chasing tornadoes and stuff, you got to really watch out for hail today, because like I said, that's one of the big concerns today. It's a threat for really large hail, potentially up to, like I said, 2 inches in diameter and larger. As I was mentioning, this lid here, this thing's about 2 inches in diameter. This is the minimum size hail that could be possible. No, obviously it could be smaller, but in terms of the significant hail, the threat for really large hail starts at this size, essentially. So that's a possibility we need to really watch out for. Let's see. Judy says, it's really annoying how YouTube doesn't show you're live when you are. I know. YouTube is weird. See, Waxahachie. Is it Waxahachie? Wow. See, Turbo says, hey, Andrew, it's been a while. What's up? Hope we're doing good? Yeah, you caught me late last stream. But we were heading off at that time. But you made it this time, so that's all that matters. But yep, that's what's going on there. I'm gonna hop over here to the other radar, you guys, because I want to look for any. I'm gonna do a quick scan for rotation. Obviously, we don't want to have any of that. Waxahachie, apparently. There's no rotation out that way on that storm. Same thing towards. Let's see here. Yeah, mostly areas here east of Gun Barrel City now. Yeah, once again, Gun Barrel City, you're good to go for now. But you're relatively good. No rotation. Yeah, right now I'm not seeing anything that's immediate danger in terms of anything. So right now I'm not seeing any immediate danger. that's going on. Let's see here. I mean, you can obviously see that there's a lot of turbulence in the atmosphere here based off of this radar view, but a lot of it here is just damaging wind gusts or potential of damaging wind gusts. Not really seeing anything worth really watching out for. Let's see here. Reed Timbers over under for broken front window from the hail at 91 minutes today. I am going for the under. Wait, so Reed's windshield got busted? Is that what you're saying? That would not surprise me. He's probably had multiple busted windshields in his day. Do any of you guys know if Dom 2 is going out today? I know recently he's let's say Dom 2, Dominator 3, sorry. I don't know why I said Dom 2. But Dom 3. Does anyone know if Dom 3 is out today? Because I know he got it back up and going. I think Dom 1 and 2 are broken down with engine problems. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anyways, let's see here. Eustis, we still got quarter-size hail. Yeah, that's the only report we have out of that storm there towards Athens. So, like I said, Athens, heads up, there's been hail reported on that storm that you're currently dealing with. So I'm not saying it's going to be impossible that you couldn't see any hail, but, I mean, you are in that area. We should be watching. Yep, you are in the hail zone. you're in the big hail zone today. Prepper says not yet. Okay, so yet meaning he's gonna go later, or yet he's not going today. Yeah, I didn't really see what's going on with Reed today. I don't know exactly what he's up to. All right, let's see. We're gonna hop back over here for a quick little view out there towards Louisiana. Let's see here towards Nacogdoches here. Or hold on, yeah, I think that's how you say that. Here towards Clarence, we have areas here towards Florine. So got that warning in effect for nearly 50 minutes. So we're, just shy of an hour here for the severe thunderstorm warning for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being a possibility. So we shall continue to be watching this here pretty closely, as it is going to be, something we're going to need to watch out for. Once again, we're going to do a quick little update here towards the Dallas-Fort Worth region. Right now, at the current moment being, we are not really seeing anything for Dallas specifically. Same thing for Fort Worth. It looks like you guys are kind of in that good zone right now. Not really seeing anything too extreme out there towards Dallas-Fort Worth right now. But like I said, directly south of Dallas here, we are seeing, this severe thunderstorm warning that's been popping off here for the next little bit. Like I said, we still have about 48 minutes to go on this cell towards Ennis, Ferris regions. Let's see here. What's that? Waxahachie. Just had to double check because I didn't want to say it wrong again. But yeah, that is essentially what we are looking at with this one warning here. So we'll keep an eye out there for that. Let's see. We are still seeing though. Let's see here, East Central Texas. We got a little bit more. We got some more thunderstorm activity south of Palestine. We should keep an eye out there for. So we shall watch for that. Yeah, south of Palestine here. So let's keep on watching those cells there, because like I said, obviously, these seem to be growing southbound. Kind of along the line. Ooh, look at that. Wow, Houston. You know what? Yeah, we got some storms in northwest, or kind of thunder showers potentially up there in northwestern Houston. So when we were live earlier, we were looking at there was nothing over near Houston. Now there is. So Houston friends, not right now. Does not seem to be any danger, but obviously these storms are not dangerous. But still, they are. We're starting to see some growth. I mean, you guys are in that severe weather risk today. You're in the slight risk across Houston, and there's some storms starting to pop up in northwestern Houston, kind of towards like Jersey Village, areas of Spring, those regions there. Let's see, Rita's out heading towards Dallas-Fort Worth with teams both Dom 1 and Dom 3. What? Proxy, Dominator 1? Did they get Dom 1 back up and running? Wow. Are you serious, Proxy? I did not know that. Let's see here. Also talking about flash flood hunting in the canyons out west with this new drone, says Prepper. Yeah, I have not heard anything from him exactly. But really, Proxy Dominator 1? I did not know they had Dom 1 up and running. Wow. I know they had Dom 3 running. Hold on a minute. We actually got a report coming through from Kevin. Y'all, we're going to switch you guys over here to the Twitter view. Now, this is really important. Like I said, if you guys have any photos, anything you want to share with us, tag us on Twitter. So this was taken by Kevin, saying got some incredible lightning photos in Bristol, Connecticut while storm chasing. Look at those lightning bolts. Wow. That is beautiful. Look at that. That's, you know what? You want to know something, Kevin? You said in Connecticut. You know why it's orange? That is likely because of the smoke from the fires. Would you look at that? That's why it's so orangey looking, because you never see lightning that looks really orange like that. No way. That is awesome shots, though, Kevin. Thank you for sharing. I bet you that's what it exactly is. Oh, shoot. Let's see. Northeastern Louisiana, we got a new warning here. Yep, new warning out there towards Oak Grove, Louisiana, northeast side. See southeastern Arkansas, south of Greenville. Let's see. Quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Got to look out for those areas. But, yeah, no, we do have those severe storms out there. See, that's what the description on this stream. Oh, okay, Proxy, thank you for letting me know, though. Wow. Yeah, that was crazy. Well, thank you, Kevin, for sending... Oh, Kevin actually sent us some more in here. Wow, anvil crawlers, too. Or not crawlers, anvil clouds. Anvil crawlers are lightning strikes, but we got a nice anvil cloud here. Let's see, I'm going to switch y'all back over here to Twitter. Yeah, like I said, if you guys want to send us reports here, tag us on Twitter, at NWW1162. Any storm reports, any photos of damage, any storms, any photos of the storms, let us know. But like I said, obviously, tag us on Twitter at NWW1162. We'll share it with the stream, y'all, so we can, spread awareness in terms of what things look like. But like I said, I'm starting to grow a little bit of attention here towards Houston because it appears that we are starting to get a bit of growth happening towards, George Bush International or Intercontinental Airport. So, we got to be watching out there for that. What is that? That's a pretty big airport, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, George Bush Intercontinental Airport there in Houston. Looks like we got some storms out there towards the airport. We'll watch the mesonets out there. If you don't know what a mesonet is, it's basically a fancy weather station. I will watch the mesonets out there and see if there's any damaging winds with those storms that start to pop up. Right now, considering they're just fresh, I don't think they're probably going to be doing anything crazy right now. Probably going to remain sub-severe for the moment being, but you never know. Temperature's really hot out there, 91 degrees actually. Wow. Yeah, moving around 6 knots. Yep, so we got pretty slow. Yep, 7 miles per hour. So we got pretty slow moving winds right now overall. But that is what we are looking at. So yeah, heads up there towards northwest Houston. We'll continue to keep an eye out there for that. Once again, a little update here towards Dallas. We're looking good. West of Fort Worth, it's pretty obvious. You can see that outflow boundary there. Holy cow. Here, I'm going to switch y'all over here to Northeast Texas satellite imagery. Holy, dude, this looks cool. Look at that. So we obviously got our thunderstorm activity popping up. We got some, see these little guys too? Yeah, look at that. So there's the big cluster there that's been popping off here south of Dallas. So Dallas is right here. You can actually see the population here, or you can actually see the populated area. So there's Fort Worth right here. Here's Dallas. I mean, you can actually see that just by looking at satellite view. But yeah, there's Dallas, there's Fort Worth. Obviously, you can see that cell, that big cluster south of Dallas here that's been popping off. We got that one storm out here out west. This one was out towards, where was this one at? Out there towards Breckenridge. Yeah, so that area is towards Breckenridge that we are still watching out there. But yeah, nope, you can see it. And there's that big cluster we were just watching, or continue to watch here across Louisiana. So we shall keep an eye out there for it. It looks like they just canceled that warning north of Athens here, or for Athens. Athens is now in the clear. However, South Athens, Texas, we still got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Once again, for areas of South Athens towards Pine Grove, Shady Oaks, Springfield, Bradford, those regions out there 25 minutes ago until we do get that expired. Let's see here, directly south of Dallas towards Ferris. Let's see here, areas of Palmer, Emmis included. Heads up to you guys, quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It seems like that's the main concerns right now between all these storms here. Really nothing above that criteria at the moment. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a warning out here in Mississippi to east of Jackson, directly east of Jackson towards Forest, heading towards Newton and Decatur, Union, and areas of Montrose. Like I said, expires in 40 minutes. So we also have the potential there for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. So heads up to you guys out there once again towards Newton, Mississippi. Got to continue to watch out for that. What's the risk for Leesville, Louisiana? So in terms of Leesville, let's go pull up Leesville here. Obviously, like I said, Louisiana does have a threat today. But let me go ahead and pull up Leesville, Louisiana. So you, my friend, are in the 15%. So you're in the slight risk. So you, my friend, are actually just shy south of a current severe thunderstorm warning here. So this is right where you're at. You can actually see that there's a storm right to your north. Now, in Leesville, where you're at here, it looks like that storm is heading in your direction. So there you are right there. So that outflow, you see that big noodle there? That big outflow boundary? That's what we call it. Or also known as a gust front. So that line is going to be crossing over you in Leesville, I'd say within the next, 15, 20 minutes or so. And when it does, you're probably going to notice a sudden change in temperatures, maybe slightly cooler. You're probably going to notice a little bit of gusty winds, and then shortly after that, that little burst of winds and that cooler temperatures, probably another 10, 20 minutes afterwards, you're going to get some thunderstorm activity. Like I said, essentially what this is a bunch of cold air that's gone up in the atmosphere, sunk back down to the surface, and smacked its way against the surface, and is pushing out a bunch of warm air. So obviously ahead of it, you're going to notice a warm air, and behind it, you're going to notice a cooler air out there. So heads up to you out there. Keep an eye out there across Leesville, because that storm is tracking in a general direction. Now, right now, you're not under a warning, but I would not be surprised if eventually, as the storm progresses, they do end up issuing that again out there towards your location. So keep an eye on it. Let's see here. But that is essentially what we are looking at. That's that there for you, Ariana. So stay safe out there. Prepper says Andrew on Restream proxy was 100% correct. Storm chase mode, Dominator 1 and Dominator 3, first time in 10 years. Wow, we are targeting Gorilla Hail, tornado threat, Dallas-Fort Worth area. No way. Dominator 1. Wow. That's crazy. Just got some crazy wind in Bennett, Mississippi. We just lost power. Well, stay safe out there, Shannon. If you need anything, let me know. Can I check on Jackson, Tennessee? It looks like some storms heading this way. So in terms of Tennessee, right now for today, you guys are not in the risk for anything too crazy, but there is a few cells to your south. These storms are indeed tracking in your general direction. Let's see. We're going to hop down here a little bit. These storms are, give it a second to load, they are kind of moving to the northeast. So it looks like they might just scrape to your south, but I would not give it a 100% chance of you not getting impacted. I mean, who knows? Maybe all this convection in northeast Arkansas later on that in time could reach you in several hours. So we'll need to watch out for. So look out for later on this evening for thunderstorm activity. But right now, in the time being, you're okay. But anyways. But that is what we are seeing. So 0, stay safe out there, man. But like I said, obviously in terms of damaging storms, we're not expecting. But tomorrow, Tennessee's got a risk out there. We got a slight risk tomorrow for Tennessee. Got to keep an eye out there for the potential of severe weather. So we shall watch it pretty closely. Yeah, like I said, tomorrow is another day we're going to have to go live here for you guys. Here's tomorrow's risk here, by the way, on the SPC Outlook. We got 2 slight risk here. Pretty large one across like Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama. Tornadoes, 2 areas of 2% chance. There's a chance for some tornadoes tomorrow. Damaging winds, main concern, and hail, same thing, main concern. So main concern today, kind of, or tomorrow, kind of like today, is the main concern of damaging winds and hail. So that is kind of what we are looking at towards those regions. Anyways, a little update here towards Dallas-Fort Worth region. Still pretty much clear skies, still pretty much clear. I think the skies are still pretty much clear actually out there. If you look to your south, you're going to notice a big old storm because we'll take a look here at the satellite view. When looking at here at Dallas, so here's Dallas right there. You can kind of see how it's slightly different colorization there. That is the city of Dallas in Fort Worth. And you can see this big old plume right there with my X's. That's where the thunderstorm is starting to really fire off. So if you look to your south, you're going to see an enormous cloud that in some characteristics could look like this. This is what we call an anvil cloud because you can kind of see it has like the shape of an anvil. That's usually what the clouds look like. The storms rise until they hit this point of the atmosphere called the tropopause, and once at that point, that is where the thunderstorms can no longer vertically grow. So at that point, that's why they look flat at the top. Sometimes you can see what we call an overshooting top is if the updraft of the thunderstorm is strong enough, it can actually push past the tropopause a little bit and actually carrying the environment essentially with it up a little bit higher into the atmosphere. But in this case, you can see those overshooting tops and those bubbles you see there. That's what's going on there. So overall, if you're in Dallas, you look to your south, that's what you're looking at. And speaking of, if you guys are actually in Dallas, if anybody's here watching this in Dallas-Fort Worth, do me a favor if you could, if you want to, look to your south. Get a nice open view. Take a photo of the cloud. Send it to us on Twitter at NWW1162. And we'll take that image, we'll share it with the stream because I do want to see what that kind of looks like out there. Like I said, obviously it's a big old anvil cloud likely occurring out there. Spectacular view. A lot of people just ignore it. They don't really pay attention to it. But if you take a moment to look at it, it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, like I said, that's only if you're like in central Dallas or in Dallas-Fort Worth, anywhere within Dallas-Fort Worth. If you look to your southwest, you could see it. Kind of south-southwest. Or sorry, south-southeast, sorry. Anyways, but that is that. But like I said, you guys, right now, though in Dallas, we're pretty much good to go for right now. Still not saying that there's going to be no chance for any thunderstorm activity. We still have all of this evening to go through before, obviously we run out of that potential in Dallas. Still not over yet. Dallas should still continue to watch the weather, obviously. Same thing for Fort Worth. Can continue watching you guys out there. But like I said, really across a lot of the east central portions here of Louisiana in the last, really in the last an hour or so since we've been live here for about 2 hours now, and within the last hour, things have really started cranking across east central Texas, and the models were right, showing that initiation, that thunderstorm activity really starting to commence, kind of around around 4 o'clock Eastern time, in which that does seem to be what is going on there, which is essentially what we are looking at out there. Let's see. Severe thunderstorms just announced both Idaho and Northern California. Really? Wow. Interesting. Let's see here. Mafia says, I'm in South Dallas / Duncanville. I'll go snap one. Sounds good, Mafia. Thank you, dude. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, like I said, just pan to your south. You should be able to see it. It's going to be pretty spectacular. I'm sure of it. Like I said, knowing that there's that big old storm that's pretty mature just to your south. Which, like I said, we'll share it on the stream. Yeah, make sure you tag it to us on Twitter at NWW1162, and we'll share it with y'all on the stream here. Slug says, thanks, man. Let's see here. Thanks for what? Thanks for what, Slug? But anyways, glad to have you here, man. Hope you're doing all right. But like I said, we're still continuing to watch a pretty large, two actually pretty large severe thunderstorm warnings out there in portions of kind of west central and northeastern Louisiana. We have 2 large severe thunderstorm warnings in effect there towards areas of Notches. We have portions here towards Florine. We have Nacogdoches here. We have Goldana. So you guys have it for the next, for the next 30 minutes for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts potentially. So once again, the potential of those wind gusts could be reaching up to 60 miles per hour at one given point. Does not mean, like I said, as a disclaimer, this does not mean that it's going to be constantly blowing at 60 miles per hour. It means that the winds, for a brief second or two, could get up to 60 miles per hour. So that is something to keep an eye out there for. So obviously, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So potentially up to quarter-size hail could be possible out there, or 1-inch in diameter hail, essentially, is what we're looking at. Northeast of that, same thing, quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Like I said, a lot of these storms here, actually all of these storms from what we're looking at right now, most of them are for basically quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So right now they're kind of your average severe thunderstorms going on there, but overall that's that. Anyways, let's go take a look here in Northern California for a moment. We got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Camptonville in Northern California for the next half hour. Damaging winds is not a concern. However, hail up to quarter size is possible. Move over here towards Idaho, south of American Falls. We got a storm out here, right here, south of Highway 84, east of Malta. For same thing, quarter size hail, 60 mile, or sorry, quarter size hail and damaging winds not a concern. Expires in 16 minutes. So seems like mostly a potential for hail. Mostly a potential there for hail rather than damaging winds out there. So that's good news at least. So it's just kind of a hail threat out there. Let's see. Slug says, "Oh, for the coverage." You're welcome, man. No worries. But thank you so much for saying that. Thunderstorm says hi. What's up, Thunderstorm? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. And like I said, once again, y'all, please just stay safe out there. Once again, today's a pretty active day. You're expected to be. Because like I said, once again, if you're just now joining in here and you don't know what's going on, we have a enhanced risk, which is a level 3 out of 5 on the severity spectrum. Like I said, even the level 1 can be, severe producing sometimes. So we're in level 3, which that's a pretty big risk today. And like I said, the thing is that big risk is across Dallas, Dallas, Fort Worth areas. So, to heads up to you guys, we should be watching in the Dallas, Fort Worth region. So we'll definitely be looking out there. Like I said, right now, in the current radar view, when looking at Dallas right now and Fort Worth, you can see them both right here. Here's Dallas, here's Fort Worth. We're looking relatively okay. West of Fort Worth, we got this long gust front or outflow boundary that's currently kicking off its way through. But south of Dallas, we got a pretty large storm that's kicking off here towards Ennis that is currently severe one. They actually just upgraded that hail threat on it from quarter size to now 1.25 inch or half dollar size hail now. So it went from quarter size to now half dollar size hail. That seems to be a possibility there. So heads up to you guys out there towards Ennis, south of Dallas. So 1.25 inch hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts seems to be a possibility out there. So we're going to be needing to keep an eye out there for it in order to once again continue to watch that, because like I said, the thing is likely producing some damaging characteristics. So we'll see. Anyways, but that is what we are seeing. Let's see. Thunderstorm says, "How's everyone doing?" Doing all right. Hope you're doing good yourself, man. Glad to have you here once again. Anyways, but like I said, here towards Mississippi, we got a storm here towards Forest. Got to look out for. Main concerns: only 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Not really expecting anything too crazy in terms of hail. Maybe up to penny size maximum. Here west of Starkville, Mississippi, we got another severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the next 43 minutes. Quarter size hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts in Mississippi, west of Starkville. And like I said, obviously we have this kind of line going through west central Louisiana and northeastern Louisiana as well. Kind of like this line that's been going on for several hours at this point. Let's say quarter size hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts out of both of those. Basically, they will both, or the one up here in northeast Louisiana towards Rayville, Oak Grove, will expire here essentially in about 45 minutes roughly. And same thing for the one here towards Nacogdoches. It's down in western sides here of the way. It is essentially, for the most part right now, like I said, it is essentially for the next 30 minutes. So just got a little bit to go in terms of the timing here. So we'll keep on watching it. We'll definitely be on the lookout for it. Obviously, as it is still potentially severe producing. So we'll need to watch this here pretty closely. Let's see. Wow. Holy cow. So Mafia ended up sending us the photos. First of all, Mafia, dude, thank you so much for that. For going out there and taking a photo for us. Wow, dude, that is crazy. But the storm, you can definitely see it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share this with everybody. So here's the photo that Mafia sent us. I mean, obviously it looks pretty dark out there, but the second one, look at that. So you see how it's clear out there? And you see how the clouds over there? So that even right there looks like some modest clouds. So those are actually, pretty well known for severe weather. Anytime you see a modest cloud, that typically means that you're likely near a severe thunderstorm warning. Or near a severe thunderstorm. But yeah, you can see the edge of the anvil. So that's what I was explaining here, is that essentially, the anvil clouds, they kind of look like this in some ways. Like I said, they look like an anvil. And so you're looking at this part. You're looking at the edge of that anvil cloud right there, which that is super, super cool. So, well, once again, thank you so much for taking that photo for us. That is really awesome, and it really puts into perspective of what it looks like down there. And that's that big thunderstorm that's currently kicking off there towards Ennis right now. Like I said, they just recently, in recent times, they just now increased that hail threat from quarter size to now $half size hail being a possibility. They still kept it to, like I said, they still kept it to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being possible. So in terms of things, we're still seeing the possibility for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but like I said, with now the exception of potentially larger hail that we should be looking out there for. But once again, Mafia Dude, thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Erika says, hey there, how are you? Doing pretty good. Let's see, I was wanting to know if we were going to get any bad in Clarksdale, Mississippi today or tomorrow. So in terms of you, my friend, like I said, in terms of the severe weather for today, there is a threat for today across portions of Mississippi for today and tomorrow. Now you said you said Clarksdale, right? So let's go ahead and look this up here. Let's see, Clarksdale, Mississippi, and you, my friend, are in the 5% chance. So you are in western Mississippi. Okay, so you are in the risk here for severe weather for today. There's a good news, no tornado threat for you. Damaging winds, though, there's a 5% chance of seeing some damaging wind gusts and 5% chance of seeing some hail, potentially up to quarter size. So there's a chance for a few, strong to potentially severe thunderstorms for you today. I mean, right now, obviously, you can tell there's some thunderstorms over you at the moment. Now, in terms of tomorrow, there is actually another threat for you tomorrow, even a little bit more stronger from what it looks like tomorrow. There's actually a small tornado threat for you tomorrow, 2% chance. Nothing to worry about, really, though. Would not freak out about it. Damaging winds is your main concern, and hail, too. So, like I said, hail and damaging winds seems to be the biggest concern for you tomorrow, with the possibility of an isolated tornado or two within northwestern portions of Mississippi. So between today and tomorrow, there is a chance for severe weather for both days. So stay safe out there, Eureka. Let's see here. I live in Kansas. Like I said, Kansas today really not... So Kansas today really does have, the entire state is at risk here for potential severe weather. Just a marginal risk out there. Like I said, just a level 1 on the spectrum out there towards Kansas. So it's not something you should totally ignore. Anytime you have a marginal, it's still a threat for severe weather. So there is still a chance for severe thunderstorms out there towards Kansas. So keep an eye out there for it. But in terms of, whenever it comes to, anything tornadic, not expected, that's good news. Mostly just a chance here for some damaging wind gusts and some hail. So that's kind of your only concerns there, but we'll watch it. We'll continue to watch it. I mean, right now there's currently no warnings out there in Kansas at all right now, so right now you're pretty much good to go. Yeah, you're pretty much all right. Eureka says, thank you. You are very welcome. You are very, very much welcome. But I do tell you what, we are starting to see some more thunderstorm activity, some more severe thunderstorm activity that's starting to pop up here towards let's see, south of New Albany. I'd say probably at least 60 miles or so. 38 minutes from the storm here towards Ackerman, north of Ackerman mostly, towards Sherwood, areas here towards Williams, Reform. Let's say 38 minutes to go, essentially. Quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We also have that one here east of Forest now, here towards Newton, Decatur, Union, Montrose, and Lowen? L-O-U-I-N. I think that's Lowen, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, for 22 minutes for penny-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being a possibility out there. So that is something we got to look out there for as well. Now, in terms of Mobile, Alabama, like I said, we were actually watching a storm that was, tracking into the Mobile Bay here, in which it's still continuing. We still obviously got that outflow boundary here, heading towards Bayou La Batterie. I think that's how you say that. Bayou La Batterie. I don't know. I'm probably saying that wrong. But anyways, when it comes to it, that outflow boundary is heading in your direction. So to my friends, to you guys, if you're out in the Mobile Bay, if you're out there in the ocean or out there in the waters, and you're fishing, whatever you're doing on the boat, might be safe to get to port as the storm rolls through. Because like I said, it can obviously create locally higher waves. It could capsize vessels if it does get nasty enough. So that is something to keep an eye out there for. Let's see here. Looks like some rotation near Elm House, Texas, says Caden. Let's see here. We're going to take a look at that. You say is it Elm House? Or M House? E-M-H-O-U-S. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Uh-oh. H-O-U-S-E. Here we go. M House, Texas, right? Here we go. So this, they just issued a new warning for that, actually. towards Corsicana out of that one cell. Let's see your velocity on it. Are you talking? Ooh. Are you talking right there? Maybe toward. Yeah, I see what you mean. Maybe that could be a little bit of rotation out there. Did they put a tornado possible tag on that? Wow, they did increase the damaging wind potential up to 65 miles per hour, though. So 65 mile per hour wind gusts and $half size hail seems to be a possibility. Okay, so we got to watch out for that. Oh, wow. Also, on that storm here, when it comes to it, look at this. We actually got a report, 2 reports of large hail. So we had, south of Garrett towards Ennis, we actually have reports of ping pong ball size hail just west of Ennis, 1 mile southwest of Ennis. Also, like basically, just northeast of Bardwell, got a report of 1.5 inches. That's ping pong ball size hail being reported out there in Texas, which is right, let's see, right here on the other map. That is right where it's at. So this is Texas, obviously, northeastern side. Wow. So, yeah, definitely is starting to show itself and the potential for some very large hail. Well, we'll continue to watch this. Let's see. But, yeah, well, thank you for letting me know about that, Caden. Yeah, we'll continue to watch that here pretty closely. We'll go ahead and keep that on the lookout. Yeah, in the latest scan, it does not look like there's much of anything now. But like I said, I mean, yeah, these storms are in the environment where a few tornadoes can't be ruled out, essentially. A few tornadoes cannot be ruled out. So we should most definitely still be watching, inside these storms here for today. In terms of velocity, we're going to have to peek over every once in a while and stuff like that. But, wow. Absolutely. Oh, there's that significant risk they have out there. But like I said, those storms really, like I said, south of Dallas have really kicked off here. I'll tell you what. Let's see, I don't know if Dallas. Oh, wow. Yeah, here's the view in Dallas right now. Here, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys real quickly. Here's a view out there in Dallas right now. So you can actually see how dark the sky is. I mean, it is like dark. So that must be looking southbound. That's right there at the skyline. Apparently it's 91 out there too, so it's hot. It is hot out there in Dallas. Wow. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep on watching it. Like I said, that storm seems to be a pretty gnarly one. And because, like I said, obviously, they have it now at 65 mile per hour wind gusts and $half size hail. Yeah, things look to be getting pretty serious on that one storm. I mean, it's turned into a pretty large storm too. Now, earlier out of these storms that we were watching, I'll tell you what, we gotta move this here. There we go. But earlier out of these storms, this was impacting Gun Barrel City a couple hours ago. And now this big thunderstorm here, this guy out here is starting to impact Gun Barrel City as well. Not really anything too crazy, maybe just some moderate rainfall right now, but we shall continue to watch out for Gun Barrel City. Like I said, obviously you guys are not in the clear yet. In which these storms here are tracking. Yeah, no, this thing's tracking generally towards Gun Barrel City. Looks like I'll need to keep an eye on Lippin, Texas, west of Dallas, says Donna. Yeah, got to keep an eye on it. Donna, I would watch it. Like I said, right now, towards Breckenridge. I don't know if you know where that's at. But Breckenridge right now, we are seeing a storm actually popping off here east of Breckenridge. Same thing south of that towards Ranger, Texas. I don't know if you know where that's at. It's not far west of. It's not too far west of Fort Worth, actually. I'd say it's probably. I'd give that about 40 miles. Let's see here. Okay, never mind. I was way off. About 80 miles. I was about double off. But still, there is some storms out there towards Breckenridge starting to pop up there. So we'll need to continue watching those. I mean, they are in the risk out there in Breckenridge as well. See, my niece is there, says Donna. Gotcha. Well, obviously, tell them to stay safe out there. You know, honestly, the more I look at it now, it even looks like some more storms are firing off south of Fort Worth now, towards south of Grandview. Yeah, south of Grandview. Let's see, towards Glen Rose, area south of Walnut Springs. Got a little pop-up shower here as well. Could be a beginning of a new thunderstorm. We'll need to watch out. But you can see the very obvious outflow boundary here now west of Fort Worth. That is continuing to fire off here. Let's see what's going on in Florida. I remember Florida's supposed to get some thunderstorms today. Yep, this is just typical Florida here. Just normal thunderstorms. But we do got a severe thunderstorm warning here towards let's see, Palatka. I think that's how you say that. Palatka, pretty sure. But quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So we shall look at that. Like I said, obviously it's just normal Florida stuff, though. I mean, Florida's used to seeing daily thunderstorms at this point. But anyways, Corsicana, heads up to you guys. Ennis, let's see, Rice. Let's see, areas of Kemp, Gun Barrel City areas. Mostly south of Gun Barrel City, south of Kemp. Should watch out for this. Mostly towards, like, let's see, Careens. Let's see here, Powell. We have Tupelo, Corsicana, Ennis, Creechville. There's some really weird names out there. You guys have got to be keeping an eye out there for it. Yeah, like I said, they increased the hail and the damaging wind threat here. Out of both of them. So we'll watch. We've been in extreme heat and severe weather up here in Manitoba. Now it's sunny and 73 and breezy. That sounds like nice weather. Sunny, 73 and breezy. I like that. Yeah, right here for me, it's actually 78. I don't know if y'all noticed. I actually have my weather station linked to our channel here. It's right below the donation thing. You can actually see how it has the temperature. So that's what it's like right here in Louisville right now. It's pretty nice. It's upper 70s. I would not like it any more warm than that, but but anyways. But yeah, no, it's all right up here. I'm actually supposed to get some storms tomorrow. Out of tomorrow's slight risk we have. I'm actually in the marginal portion, but we shall still see. Which will, we'll see. We'll see how that pops off. Yeah, like I said, tomorrow's another day we're probably going to have to go live for you guys. I do plan on it. Like I said, I mean, even right now there towards me, it's just pretty much calm. Pretty sunny, actually. Pretty nice overall. But anyways, but that is what we are seeing here. All right. Well, guys, I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and head on the break here. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Once again, like I said, just be a quick little break just so I can get a second to rest the voice. Like I said, we've been live here for over 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours now. So we've been live here for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this to the Be Right Back screen. Like I said, we'll be back here in 5 minutes, starting right now. So we'll catch you guys here in a few moments. See y'all in a few.
At 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and $half size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Waxahachie, Ennis, Palmer, Bardwell, Alma, Bardwell Lake, Bryce, Garrett, Pecan Hill, Emhouse, Rieger Springs, Ike, Toledo, Rocket, Crisp, Howard, and Boyce. Now let's check on your local forecast for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Severe thunderstorm watch 262 in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. Rest of this afternoon, mostly sunny with showers and thunderstorms likely. Some thunderstorms may be severe. Highs in the mid-90s. Temperatures falling into the upper 80s late. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Tonight, mostly cloudy with showers and thunderstorms likely in the evening, then mostly clear after midnight. Lows in the lower 70s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, sunny. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. hot with highs in the upper 90s. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of rain 20%. Heat index value. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 4:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for East Central Ellis and North Central Navarro counties. At 4:18 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Alma, or near Ennis, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Ennis, Alma, Bardwell Lake, Bryce, Crisp, and Toledo. Now let's check on your local forecast for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Severe thunderstorm watch 262 in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. Rest of this afternoon, mostly sunny with showers and thunderstorms likely. Some thunderstorms may be severe. Highs in the mid-90s. Temperatures falling into the upper 80s late. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Tonight, mostly cloudy with showers and thunderstorms likely in the evening, then mostly clear after midnight. Lows in the lower 70s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, sunny. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Hot with highs in the upper 90s. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of rain 20%. Heat index values up to 106. Severe thunderstorm watch number 262 remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Texas: Dallas, Ellis, Kaufman, Rockwall, and Tarrant. Remember, a severe thunderstorm watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including large hail and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. The current time is 4:21 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You're listening to NOAA All Hazards Radio, the voice of the National Weather Service, station KEC 56. Serving the Dallas-Fort Worth listening area. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 4:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for East Central Ellis and North Central Navarro counties. At 4:18 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Alma, or near Ennis, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Ennis, Alma, Bardwell Lake, Bryce, Crisp, and Toledo.
Alrighty, you guys, we are back here. Let's go ahead and turn that down. We are back here with the coverage, you guys. Just had to take another little breather. So we've been live here for about 2.5 hours now. Been live for a little bit today. Quite a while. Like I said, just need every once in a while I'm going to need a little iffy break. Just a little quick little break there. Just relax the throat for a minute. Because like I said, talking for a while really gets to you. Like I said, I don't even know if y'all realize how tiring commentating for hours can actually be. But hey, you know what? It's totally worth it. I really enjoy doing this, and it's like I said, it's much needed, for the people out there, especially for today. Like I said, large hail, damaging winds, possible tornadoes in pretty populated territories. But anyways, let's see here. Let's see, Tatted, however you say your name, is College Station, Texas, okay? So in terms of College Station, you guys you're barely in the enhanced risk. You're right on it. So you are in the threat for severe weather today. Right now, College Station's pretty much clear. Really not much going on out there right now for you. It is relatively good to go. However, to your east, kind of towards like Huntsville, Texas, There's a little bit of activity that's popping off here, but for you specifically at the moment, you're pretty much good to go. But like I said, later on, as the evening progresses, there still is going to be the potential there for a few, there is still going to be potential for a few strong to severe thunderstorms being possible. So you still got to watch out for it, but right now you are looking okay. Let's see. All right, we're going to be back over here to Dallas for a moment. Dallas, Fort Worth, still looking pretty much clear for the most part. That one storm towards Breckenridge. That storm is really kicked up here. Let's see, we're gonna switch over here to look at that. Wow, towards Breckenridge. Really picked up a bit in the last few minutes. Just a few minutes ago it was just a little ball. Now it's like turned into a moderate sized storm. Yeah. Also got a new storm here towards Meridian, southwest of Fort Worth here. Essentially. That is all that we are looking at here. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see. South of Maypearl here, we have it. Let's see, we have it towards Corsicana too, which we'll watch out for. Let's see, Corsicana right now has, wow, holy cow. Dude, that storm for Corsicana sure took a sharp turn. 2.5 tennis ball size hail now and 65 mile per hour wind gusts. That's that warning south of Dallas here. Tennis ball size hail now seems to be possible. Wow, dude, that is some gnarly hail. Let's see here. Currently, yeah, I mean, there's hail reports of quarter size being reported out there, but not anything tennis ball related yet. But wow, towards Rowan and Powell, I would really consider watching that. I would stay well away from windows if you live out there, because like I said, tennis ball size hail is crazy. Let's see here. The storm's moving out from El Dorado, Arkansas. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and update this. See here. El Dorado, Arkansas. So you, my friend, are in the south side. So, right now you're just kind of dealing with a bunch of moderate, kind of light moderate precipitation. It is tracking basically eastbound. You're probably going to see this for at least another half hour or so. But you mostly should be in the clear from anything thunderstorm for at least a little bit. Anything bad for Missouri? Missouri does not really have anything too crazy today. There's a little threat for severe weather along the western side of Missouri, as you can actually see out there across the dark green, just highlighting the western side. However, tomorrow, southern and really southeastern side of Missouri has a risk out there. Tatted CJ says, is College Station, Texas good? Yeah, Tatted, you go back like 5 minutes ago, I already mentioned it. I already let you know what was going on down there. Just make sure you rewind the live stream to go back when we actually looked at your area. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I literally already answered that question a few minutes ago. But like I said, Mississippi starting to get quite an abundance here of severe thunderstorm activity starting to pop up. Also, here's the satellite view out there. We're gonna make this look a little better, but now you can really see that thunderstorm activity. So right there, that's Dallas right here. That right there is Dallas. And south of that, we are seeing a lot of that convection starting to really pop off there. So things are really starting to mature now in terms of the thunderstorms. Let's see here. See, south of Powell has some rotations broad, though. Okay. Yeah, we'll watch it. Like I said, obviously, if it becomes a concern, the Weather Service will put a tornado warning, and then we'll really dive into it. That's, if it's going to be needed. But right now, I mean, so far today, knock on wood, we haven't seen any tornado warnings today. So let's hope it stays that way. But like I said, across the areas here, Dallas regions, it's going to be possible for maybe a few spin-ups. Could happen. So we should still watch it. But right now, the really big concern is towards Corsicana. I mean, like I said, you guys right now are currently in a warning for tennis ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. Like, wow. So, like, Corsicana, like I said, even 65 mile per hour wind gusts is possible, in which that in itself is some pretty gnarly stuff. Let's see here. Kimberly says, thank you for answering my question. You're very welcome. No problem. Anytime, y'all. But, yeah, I mean, seriously, that's a pretty gnarly storm over Corsicana right now. I would highly, highly, highly consider watching this here for a while, because this storm has been cranking for a while now. You know, this thing's been going on for a little bit. Let's see here. And we got some flash flooding up there in Montana going on, which, like I said, also that's going to be a possibility here today, across Texas too. Possibility for some flash flooding, I think, could be a problem, in which we will watch. We shall watch. So, but anyways, well, that is what's going on there, my friends. So we still got a few pop-up thunderstorms here south of Fort Worth. Well, right now, like I said, you know, Dallas area is looking okay for right now. So that's some good news. But anyways, but I tell you what, my friends. Well, I think I am going to call it a stream here for now. I know, like I said, I'd love to be going on live all day, but I got some things I got to do here around the house. Like I said, I mean, I'm happy to have been live for at least 2.5 hours with you guys. I mean, like I said, 2.5 hour live stream. That's a pretty decent live stream. It's a good long line of, you know, good coverage. I think I did all right with the coverage. If you guys did enjoy it, consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like, and if you guys would like to support our channel, consider leaving a donation too. Like I said, you know, honestly, I don't like to ask for that, but like I said, it seriously helps us out, helps me out, helps the channel out, obviously. You know, helps keep food on the table, because like I said, this is what I do now for a living. So, like I said, any little bit helps. So, once again, just thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciated. Like I said, if not, like I said, don't worry about it. Just leave a like, hit the subscribe button, share this with a friend or family member. Like I said, we'll obviously, you know, be here for you guys. I might go live later on tonight. We'll see how things go. I might pick back up on the coverage later tonight if things get too crazy, or if I can, essentially. But at least for now, we're going to call it a stream for right at the moment here. But once again, like I said, thank you all absolutely so much for being here. You guys absolutely rock. We love you. Once again, if y'all have any final questions, let me know. But also, like I said, we have our Discord down below too. So if there's any questions you might have throughout the day, let me know. Like I said, let me know throughout on Discord. That way I can actually, you know, I can get to your question and stuff like that, you know, while I'm off stream. That way, you know, if you have anything you want to talk about, let me know. But, all right. Well, guys, that's going to go ahead and do it here for now. Once again, we love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, I'd love to be here a lot longer, but, like I said, I'd like to go and do some other things here for now. But we'll pick you guys. Like I said, we might be back live later tonight. If not, we'll definitely see you guys tomorrow for some coverage. Like I said, tomorrow we got another potential big day as well. And I'm included for tomorrow's severe weather event. So we'll continue to watch that closely. But like I said, you know, I'm definitely glad to have been here for at least 2.5 hours with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. But all right, y'all. Well, like I said, we might pick back up later on. Not guaranteeing anything, but I'm not saying we're completely done for tonight. But we'll see. We'll just see how things go on. I'll take it hour by hour, and we'll see how things are. All right, y'all. Once again, we love you. Stay safe out there, and we will catch you guys here later on, potentially today or tomorrow. Stream is now heading off here in 2 minutes. Say goodbye to your friends and family. And until next time, my friends, we'll see you all later on. Peace out, my friends. See you then.
Weather outlook through tonight for North Texas. This afternoon and tonight, scattered severe thunderstorms are expected this afternoon. The primary threats are large hail and damaging wind gusts. Flash flooding is also possible late this afternoon and evening, generally east of Interstate 35 and south of Interstate 20. Spotter activation may be needed for parts of north and central Texas this afternoon and evening. As always, any reports of severe weather or flooding are always appreciated. And now the hazardous weather outlook for Sunday through Friday. Low thunderstorm chances return Sunday afternoon and continue each day through early Wednesday, primarily along and north of the Interstate 20 corridor. Severe weather can't be ruled out. Heat index values will approach 105 degrees Sunday afternoon. Heat advisory criteria will likely be reached later in the upcoming week. The current time is 4:34 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You're listening to NOAA, All Hazards Radio, the voice of the National Weather Service, station KAC 56. Serving the Dallas-Fort Worth listening area. The following reports of weather temperature and wind were made at 4 p.m. DFW Airport, mostly sunny, 93, dew point 71, relative humidity 48%, heat index 100, wind east at 13, pressure 29.67 inches and falling. Dallas Love Field, mostly sunny, 93, southeast at 9. Fort Worth Meacham, sunny, 95, heat index 101, east at 13. Arlington, mostly sunny, 93, east at 10. McKinney, sunny, 86, east at 10. Denton, sunny, 95, heat index 101.